Welcome to Tabletop Tactics. Coming up in today's battle,
the blaster!
Chunky armor. Very cheeky indeed. Wow, look at that.
Yep, I can feel the power of the Drukhari.
I'm glad we got these dice trays, Lawrence.
Folks, welcome back to Tabletop Tactics with myself, the Spider, and my opponent today, the Chef.
Hello.
This is an all-new show. A series of shows are League reports, replacing the old Tactica series.
Yes.
So we've already done a video on this, letting you guys know how the show will work. So if you haven't seen that, it'll be the last video we've released. Go check that out. But this is the first in our competitive in-house league. It's an ongoing league. We've all picked our factions. We've got a statistics table.
Yeah.
You have a link for that in the description below. And you will, of course, see our details come up on the screen. But what am I using to debut my league? Well, I am going to use the Drukhari. So pretty much a spin-off, just a tweaked variant of the list that I used recently here on YouTube, because that was a competitive list, and this still is a competitive list. So I've just tweaked it a little bit. I do have something wildly different. I'm going to use that in the next league report. I'm going to do that on demand, because we won't always use the same lists.
Crazy talk.
No, we'll do some experimentation as we hone our competitive skills. Yeah. But as a caveat, this is a competitive series. So if you're watching a league report as opposed to a battle report, they're going to be two savage lists. The game may be over quicker. Sometimes they are going to be nail biters as well. But you know, you have to be in the competitive mindset. If you want to see two tuned lists go the distance, then this is the series for you.
Yeah.
Look no further. Yeah. And what are you running today, Mr.
Well, I've
Chef?
got the Necrons, you see. El Clasico for me. And because, yeah, they can make some pretty nasty lists. And also this will be a good tester for them. Because, yeah, obviously there's that stigma that's associated with the early codexes in any edition where they start off really strong and then they become rubbish later as more codexes are released.
Power creep.
The power creep, the codex creep, whatever you want to call it. That's a debate for another time. So this will be an interesting matchup. I've gone for some classic components with a little tweak myself on some of those components I've used, but it is pretty much a list that I've been using for some time now.
Very successful.
Quite successfully, just zhuzhed up a little bit to make it more of a league-worthy game. Is the theory? We'll see. I could be totally wrong. And you guys are probably looking at the time now, and you'll know more about it than we do, because that's the magic of cinema. You'll look at the time and go, well, I know how this is going to go. Or you'll be looking at the time going, oh, let me get myself, I'm going to need a brew for this one. Like, I'm going to get myself a little plate of biscuits.
Settle in.
Afternoon's entertainment.
Well, look, it is going to be brutal, and you definitely do have the tools to absolutely demolish my list, both with combat and shooting ability, as well as just board control, because you've got an OBSEC army. So why don't we actually go over those lists? And since we've just spoken about yours, talk about yours first. It's coming up next.
All right then, it is Necron time. So, today we are running a battalion. None of that nonsense anyway, let alone in a league report. It's a battalion, and we are running them as a custom dynasty, relentlessly expansionistic and eternal conquerors. So for those of you that aren't aware, this essentially, as a custom dynasty, gives everything in your army a 6-inch pre-game move. It also gives everything in your army objective secured. If they were already objective secured, they count as double models. It's pretty crazy. It doesn't affect Catan, it doesn't affect dynastic agents, so it will not affect a portion of my list, but what it does affect is all of my very fast combat-y orientated stuff, and it makes my troops even better at holding objectives. So it's a really strong overall trait in terms of board control. It's not the most offensive one, although that 6-inch pre-game move is very good both offensively and defensively. I've got a lot of utility, is the point. So we're led up by a Catacomb Command Barge. He's just a really good all-round choice. He has a Gauze Cannon. He's my Warlord with Enduring Will, so he reduces damage by 1. And he has a Staff of Light, which I've upgraded to the relic, the Voltaic Staff. So he's a good all-round unit. He's good at range. He's decent in combat. He's pretty survivable. He's pricey, but he's a good all-round choice. He also is carrying a Resurrection Orb, which may or may not come up in this game. I hope it does, because when it does, it is beautiful. Backing him up are 2 Chronomancers. So they both have Entropic Lances for a bit more anti-tank bite. And we've given one of them Rarefied Nobility. So he has Immortal Pride. So that gives him the 6-inch aura of Ignore Combat Attrition modifiers. Because there's nothing worse than failing morale on a unit of Necrons and then losing another 4 or 5 to 1s and 2s. At least this way I can only lose them to 1s, right? It also gives him a 5-up shrug against mortal wounds, which isn't as important, but it's also useful to have in a pinch. And then my second one, identically equipped with the Entropic Lance, and also has the Veil of Darkness as his relic. So I spent a couple of CP here. Apologies, the Barge has the Hand of the Pharaon, so I've spent 4 CP pre-game, 1 for a relic, 1 for the extra Warlord trait, and 2 for the Hand of the Pharaon, so I can do my Will Be Done on 2 separate units, which will be useful for the initial stages to buff up my longer range shooting, and then as I close the gap, I can buff up my shorter range shooting as well as my combat ability. So I've got utility there. So we've got the Veil of Darkness, we've got combat support, we've got range support there, and we've got the Chronomancers themselves just giving that lovely 5-up invuln and reroll charges, and we've got the utility of the Barge. So the HQs are there to support and do a bit of range damage as well, so they will provide general support for the plethora of anti-infantry that I have in my troops. So I've got 2 units of 10 Immortals, both equipped with Gauze Blasters here, because unfortunately Tesla's just not great anymore. If it was the same points, maybe, but Gauze is just better. The AP2 is just beautiful. Strength 5 is so important because it gives you that it's that magic number of wounding a lot of stuff on 3s, if not wounding stuff on 4s. And yeah, they're just a great workhorse unit. And then we have a unit of 20 Warriors with Gauze Reapers. So again, lots of Strength 5, lots of AP2, lot shorter range, but these are a good mainstay unit because they can be buffed up to the 9s and they can be incredibly annoying to shift while still holding objectives. And even better as a result of my custom trait, and because of that 6-inch move, they're going to get up in your grill faster. So you can kind of see the synergies of this list at work here, I hope. We then go over to my elites. We have 10 Lich Guard with Sword and Board because, again, compared to the War Size, the 4-up and the 2-up save is just better. The invulnerable save. The damage 2 is really nice. The strength 7 and the -4 is really nice, but it's strength 6 at -3. Sure, only damage 1. You're probably going to do the work anyway. And they're, again, there to kind of be a bully unit, and now they're even better at doing that because of Obset, because if they don't quite shift a unit off of that objective, they now go, well, we're going to hold it anyway, so, you know, get lost. And then we have a Void Dragon. I can't help myself. He's a lot of fun to use. He may not be the most competitive choice because a lot of armies can deal with the Catan quite easily. However, I think if you do come up against those lists that can't deal with them, he can be a real nightmare. And he does offer that anti-tank support, which this army does sorely need. So he is certainly one of those ones which can be looked at and tweaked later. Definitely not a necessity in the list, but I wanted to see if I can make him work in a competitive environment. So let's sort of see if that comes to fruition. Then we go over to my fast attack. To round off the list, we've got a unit of 5 Wraiths. Fast, pretty survivable, even better with the OBSEC now. They're a great unit. Fall back and charge, so you know they're never going to be tied down, as well as being able to always pick their targets well. And then we have 2 units of those annoying little blighters, the Scarabs. Unit of 9 and a unit of 8. Again, the OBSEC makes these guys super obnoxious for board control purposes, incredibly efficient with the points per wound, and you just make that even more crazy by giving them the 5-up aim with the Chronometron. So overall, the army is fast, the army is really good at controlling the board, controlling the objectives, as well as still having a fair bit of punch, is the theory. We'll have to see how it holds up. This is the first sort of outing in a proper sort of league setting for them, but my fingers are crossed, and it's 2,000 points on the nose, so clearly I am destined for victory. But we'll find out. Let's see what Lawrence has cooked up.
Competitive fans, look no further. The Drukhari have arrived, and this is now 2,000 points on the nose. Because my first outing with them, the debut which you would have seen recently here, was a competitive list for sure, but it was 1999 points, and I just couldn't run that again. So I tweaked it, and now it is 2,000 points on the nose. So it's almost identical to what I've run before. And then the next battle report with Drukhari, I'm running something completely different. Polar opposite. So you can tune into that and look forward to that if you want to see something completely different. But for now, I think this is probably my favorite list. We'll see how it goes against the Necrons today. It's 2 patrols, so I'm maximizing my efficiency here before I run a battalion. I basically gain 2 CP with this because that's what happens. So I start with 14 CP. That's the rules, okay? So the first patrol is led by Drazhar. He's not the warlord today because only the spider can be the warlord. But there we go. He has got his thing. I've paid for his points and he can't have anything else. So there he is. He's an absolute beat stick. We then have in troops 2 units, or rather 3 units of Kabalite Warriors. And for those Kabalite Warriors, I have 3 dedicated transport raiders with Dark Lance. There was a comment saying, why are you not taking disintegrators on raiders? Or why would you not do venoms or blah, 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 blah. The raider with the Dark Lance is the best transport. That's why. If you're talking raw efficiency, a boat carrying a D3+3 damage weaponry, and when you're running this as Obsidian Rose or Black Heart, which is also very good with an inbuilt reroll on it, I mean, it's a no-brainer, right? They're really good. So I'm taking 3 raiders. There we go. The 3 units of Kabalite Warriors do have a single blaster each as well, so that also adds further to my anti-tank. Then in the elites slot, I have a unit of 10 mandrakes. They didn't do a tremendous amount against the Death Guard when I debuted them, but actually they did, because they were controlling the board and getting out onto the objectives and applying pressure early on, taking firepower away from my flotilla. So actually, while they didn't kill a lot, they did for me exactly what I wanted them to do, which is why I really like them. Now I know it's a controversial choice. People will be like, why aren't you taking witches? Why aren't you doing a real space raid? Well, there's a couple of reasons. 1, I don't have Raxus troops, so I can't run a real space raid yet. And 2, I am predominantly a Kabalite player. So if you're sticking to Kabalites, you're going to look at those mercenaries generally, things like mandrakes and Incubi as your combat units. So I've got a unit of 10 of those, and I've got a unit of 5 Incubi, whereas previously I had a unit of 9. So I've reduced the unit to 5 in this particular list. Then in heavy support, I have a Ravager with triple Dark Lance. Really good. They're really good, and you want the extra anti-tank. What's not to love? I like a Ravager. I know some people disagree with me, but I like a Ravager when you've got an inbuilt reroll to hit or reroll to wound with Black Heart or Obsidian Rose. It's just good. Then I go to my second patrol and we have the Warlord. The Spider himself, he's an Archon. I have given him Splinter Genius. So basically I've upgraded him to a Master Archon so he can fight twice. I've given him the Warlord trait Hatred Eternal rather than Drazhar. Why? Because Drazhar generally doesn't need the reroll to wound, and he gets the reroll to hit next to the Archon, the Spider, anyway, because the reroll 1s to hit affects Incubi units as well, and that's not in a real space raid, that's just all the time. So I'm basically getting Drazhar hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s anyway, and on top of that, he's getting +1 to wound inbuilt, so I would rather the reroll wounds on the damage 3 Djinn Blade that I've given the Spider, and he can fight twice, and he gets 7 attacks with the Djinn Blade, so it makes him really nasty in combat. So I've got 2 combat beat sticks rather than just 1. That works well for me. We then have a blast pistol on him as well, just for funsies. And then on top of that, I have another 3 units of troops. So this time I've got 6 units of Kabalite Warriors in exchange for the 9 Incubi that I had previously in my old list. They've also got blasters, and they've also got 3 dedicated transport raiders with Dark Lance. So that brings me to 6 units of troops with 6 raiders with 6 Dark Lances and 6 blasters. That's already pretty savage. and I've still got more to come. Running through to the elite slot, I've got not 1 but 2 more units of 10 mandrakes. So I'm running 30 mandrakes here. Again, I know that there are some of you that goes, oh, I don't think they're that good, but that's fine. I think they're really good, and I've had great success with mandrakes. So I'm going to continue running them for a little while, especially as a sole Kabalite player, right? So 30 mandrakes. Then what we have in heavy support are 2 more Ravagers, rounding us up to, of course, 3 Ravagers, all with Dark Lance. And to get it to 2,000 points on the nose, I've put a Phantasm Grenade Launcher on all 3 of the Ravagers. And because we're Obsidian Rose, the range is increased, and I really, really, really like the increased range. I find it so useful, and I really like the reroll wounds. Again, lots of questions, why are you not running Blackheart? Well, I think if you're running Blackheart, you're probably going Real Space Raid. Solo Blackheart, as a pure Cabal, works really well as well. Just personally, for me, right now, Obsidian Rose edges it as a sole Kabalite force. Controversial, but there it is. That's what the Spider's thoughts are. So that's my list, 2,000 points on the nose, a bit of a longer one there, but hopefully you understand how it all works. Let's see though, can they defeat an all-OBSEC army helmed by the Void Dragon? Let's find out.
Today's mission is Vital Intelligence, a Strike Force mission from the Warhammer 40,000 Grand Tournament Mission Pack. 6 predetermined objective markers are placed onto the battlefield. Objectives you control at the end of your command phase remain in your control even when you move away from them until your opponent captures them. The primary objective is Domination, a progressive mission where players score 5 victory points for each of the following conditions they achieve at the end of each of their command phases: holding 2 or more objectives, holding 3 or more objectives, and holding more objectives than their opponent. These are cumulative and cannot be scored in the first battle round. Each player also chooses 3 secondary objectives that can score up to 15 points each. Gentlemen, may the dice gods be with you.
It is on. We are here about to kick off with the first of our league reports. It's official. The Necrons, headed by the Master Chef of the dynasties himself. He is ready to lay waste to this Drukhari army, and
Drukhari army?
He may well do so. I've been bold with one of my units of Mandrakes deploying on the objective just down there. But I'm sort of relying on, look, if I go first, that puts him into a good position to do some killy stuff. And if I don't go first, yes, I'll sacrifice that unit, but he also has to deal with them, and it will hopefully slow any movement that he wants to make towards my lines, if he even wants to. Because I have some counters of my own. Mr. Chef!
Yes.
So, with no further ado, We've seen the deployments, we know the mission. It's time to see who goes first, the Dark Flotilla or the forces of the dynasties.
Yes, the legions innumerable.
Okay, Mr. Chef,
yes.
Would you care to roll first, sir?
I'll go on then.
Mr. Chef rolls off the board.
You stupid
Mr. Chef rolls a 2.
Stupid Trace.
Mr. Chef says it's a stupid. I roll a 6. Ominous. There is no choice in the matter. I have to go first.
It's true.
I'm not sure. I'm happy about that because my mandrakes get to do something. But I'm not sure that going second would have been a bad thing either, just because of the nature, the mid-range nature of the Necrons meant that a lot of things wouldn't have been in range, but with your extra move, you could have pulled off some shenanigans.
Shenanigans, yeah. I admit I'm in 2 minds as well as to whether going first or second was good here.
Yeah.
So, I mean, so I'll throw this out.
What was your instinct? What did you want to do?
My instinct was going first so that I could set up the board control with the double move.
Yes.
But going second isn't necessarily a bad thing, depending on what happens in the game. Because if you get to sort of turn 4 and you've gone second and you've still got, you know, a good amount of board presence, then you can go, I'm going to get 15 primary points.
Yes.
Basically.
Yes.
One thing as well that I will say, guys, the way that I've deployed, I don't really care about not being shot at because he's too fast.
Yeah.
And
I can't escape.
I can't. It doesn't really matter. You could literally have a wall like this down the middle, and he would just fly over it. This is the strength of the Drukhari. They fly and they are fast. So obscuring terrain doesn't really help all that much.
And then what's scary about Obsidian Roses, my Dark Lance becomes 42-inch range, and that's before I've moved, and they're usually on a 14-inch move platform.
Yeah.
So you cannot escape.
It doesn't really matter where you go with so that's why I've kind of gone out in the open. So it's just kind of like, fine, it is what it is. Now, I do have my 6-inch move pre-game.
Yes.
Well, at the beginning of the first battle round.
Yes.
And that is done before you move.
Yes, indeed.
So that can still cause some headaches for you.
Absolutely.
But obviously, I'm going to need to account for the mandrakes. I'm okay with going second.
Yeah.
It just would have been nice to go first to establish the board presence, but it's not like I can't do that anyway.
Exactly, yeah.
So,
you have no issues with establishing that later on.
So,
or should we let you do your move?
We'll do that,
and then we'll come back at the beginning of my command phase.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
The Dark Flotilla are on the move. Mandrakes have come out to play aggressively here, and we've pushed hard on the opposite flank. Only the single raider and mandrakes over on this side, but over here we have come full force, leveraging our speed to hit the flanks hard. So, we've moved up with the forward aggressive unit of mandrakes, come out to play with this second unit of mandrakes here, and moved into the position with those mandrakes there. The raider, as you see in support, broadside raider here, another raider here, scooting around to hold the objectives. The ravagers are skirting around the backfield there, not wanting to get anywhere near danger because there's no need for them to, really. Oh. The Incubi and the Spider's personal raider in the center there, flanked by another raider. Nothing happened in the command phase outside of gaining a command point. Not actually much that the Drukhari can do in the command phase.
Not really.
Not with this army at least. There's a couple of things, but for the most part, no. And because we were holding the objective here and the objective here at the end of Spider's command phase, they are now tagged for the vital intelligence objective because he can now sort of move away. He still counts as controlling them, all that sort of good stuff.
It's nice.
It's nice.
It's real nice.
It's very nice indeed.
Yeah.
So, as you would have seen, I've done my pre-move. I decided, you know what, I'm just going to go aggressive because realistically, I need to. Because I want to hold the mid-board, and that's what this army is designed to do.
Yes.
So I have moved these Immortals here in such a way as to avoid charging. They are just over 12 inches away.
Absolutely.
No charges for you.
Nope.
Over here, however, I decided now the Lich Guard are going to come out and Barney. Because if you want to fight the Lich Guard, you can. Have fun with that. Now, if my plan fails and the Lich Guard screen crumples under dark light, then I'm in a lot of trouble. But we'll have to see what happens.
Well, I have a little plan.
You do have a plan.
I have a plan. Whether that goes off or not is entirely up to the fates.
The dice gods.
I have a little plan. It's going to be tough, though. You know, this is a tough nut to crack, and that's what makes it interesting.
Yes.
So, yeah, we'll see how we go. Luckily, there's no psychic phase, so I can just get on with the party time.
The party phase.
We get our dark light strobe technology out, and yeah, you can use your imagination for the rest.
We will begin with this flank, the unit inside the raider, everything into Big Daddy Dragon.
Yes. Now, because we're Obsidian Rose, we have 30-inch range Splinter rifles, which means that we have a 15-inch range rapid fire, which means that those 4 rifles are just in rapid fire range of the big guy. So we're going to rapid fire.
All right.
Here we go. Rapido. There we go. Okay. A few hits. This is poison. You are not Titanic, nor are you a vehicle. It's off the dice trough there. 2 wounds, sir.
All right, so 2 free up saves here. I am fine.
Lovely. We then have a blaster. It's a hit. Blaster. That is a failed wound.
But you are Obsidian Rose.
Exactly. It is a wound. Because you are toughness 7.
Indeed. A 4-up inburn. Fails.
Okay.
D6 damage.
D6 damage, sir.
It is 4.
4.
It becomes 3.
To 3.
Very good.
Cool. So he's. That's all I'm aiming to do.
Yeah.
Take 3 wounds a turn, if possible. So they've done their job. I'm happy to move right on to this Dark Lance.
Okay.
This Dark Lance is going to do. Oh no, I'll have to do some rapidos over there first. No, I'll have to come back to that Raid of Dark Lance. In which case, let me do some measuring over here. I'll be back.
I can't believe you lied to these fine people.
I know, well, I'm Drukhari, you know, what's up?
The unit inside this raider now. All the poison into the Wraiths. A single blaster into the Lich Guard.
Yeah, 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 I feel good about that.
Okay.
Right, to hits. We're on the poison first of all. It's a nice little batch. That's what we call a nice batch of poison.
Yes.
Bit of arsenic and old lace there. Right, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wounds, sir.
5 wounds out of 8 shots. The spider, everyone. You kill one.
I kill a wraith.
Wow, okay.
Okay.
That's them finished firing at them, so reanimation protocols.
Yep.
Doesn't matter if I reroll one with the Undying Legion, you've killed a wraith with poison.
That is
stupid.
A bit of a joke, yeah. And not a funny one either, actually. The blaster, however, when I try and pop a Lich Guard, he does miss.
Okay, that's good.
Now, if I was Black Heart, I could re-roll it, but
I know,
not.
that's true. But then if you were Black Heart, you'd re-roll it and then you'd fail the wound, so...
And look, I've just killed a Wraith, so I'm not going to...
Just shut up and take what you got.
Yeah, I agree.
The unit inside this Raider now has finished firing, so it's this unit.
Correct, yes.
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 The same split of firepower, so the poison rapid fire splinter rifles into the Wraiths and a blaster into the Lich Guard.
Yes. Let's see how we do.
I'm going to address this now because it's a league and this is kind of what we're going to do.
Rifles? You shall wait?
No, yeah, wait, because it's. I want you to address it because you know that you'll be addressing these in the comments anyway. Why are you rolling with your poison first when you know that you've got a reroll? Because you might not need the reroll to wound on your blaster, but you're saving it, quote unquote. Yeah,
you're absolutely right. I just this makes no there's no rhyme or reason to this. I have a feeling about things, and I roll in the order of my feeling.
Right. So,
like sometimes, like people will think I'm crazy, but I know when I'm going to roll a 6. Sometimes I know it, and that's when I call it, and it comes up 6, and people are like, "Oh my god, I can't believe he did that!" But sometimes I just feel that I should do the poison first.
Okay.
And frankly, here's the thing. Honestly, to re-roll a single poison roll, I don't really care, but you're right, I should do the blaster first.
It's more for those of you at home that are wondering why does Spider do that, because the generally accepted order when you've got things like this or with expert crafters is to do your big stuff first, because if your big stuff's easier to wound with, then
and here's the thing,
why not use
I will, sometimes I will do it first, sometimes I'll go blaster first. I roll with feeling.
I see.
Poison?
All right, well
look, it worked the last phase.
It didn't, because you didn't kill anything with the blaster.
No, that is true.
Because you didn't get to that stage.
See, look, here we go. Look, nice. This is a nice. It feels good, you know. I roll it, I go, yeah. Yeah, I got that mojo. It's that dark light rave thing going on. You know what I mean? 3 wounds. That's nice. That's nice.
I'm fine this time.
Great, perfect.
No losses there.
So now we'll do our blaster. Blaster, it's a hit. Okay. Blaster, it's a wound.
So you could have re-rolled one of those wounds there, is what I'm saying.
No, you're absolutely right.
That's what I'm saying.
You're absolutely right. For anyone that's triggered by the order I did it in, you know, I'm sorry. But
he's not
Drukhari, so I've just fed off of your angst. Yes.
4-up inburn. Fails.
Cool.
What damage, sir?
Blaster! It's a 2. One
is slain. So what I'm going to do then, because we should do this properly, even though it's really awkward for me to do it whilst I've got a camera, guys.
What happens if I do roll more than a 2?
You still kill me. I roll the number of reanimation.
You still roll 2 dice, yeah. Because you only roll per wound, not per wound taken.
Yes, because otherwise it would just be...
Well, that would be unfair for you.
It would be crazy. It would be a terrible roll. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this boy here.
Sure thing.
So we can do this properly. This is a league game. The reanimation protocols. Right, so because I am in the Protocol of the Undying Legion, I can re-roll one of these.
You're going to say because you're in the league? Yeah.
I mean, because I'm in the league, I do get to re-roll one. But, so now, even though you killed him, he stands back up. He does, however, count for Thin the Ranks.
Yep.
Because he still died.
So I'm going to have to start marking that down.
You are indeed.
Cool. Well, let me do that and we'll be back.
Keeping with the theme here, the unit inside this raider, the same split fire. No rapid fire this time though. And because we've got the tippy tip of our vehicle over the edge, we are ignoring deads.
Yes, indeed. So this time I will start with the blaster.
Sure.
I will start with the blaster. It's a hit. It's
not a wound on toughness 5.
Right. So Obsidian Rose. I've
pays off.
Knocked them both into wounds.
Well, it's fine.
Incredible.
A 4-up in button fails. So they finished firing at them. So
I only rolled a 1 on my damage.
Okay, only 1 damage.
I will use a CP for, given the fact
that you have 13 of them or whatever.
So I've used a CP. Okay. I rolled a 5. Sorry, that wasn't very clear.
No, that's fine.
Okay, there we go. Done. If you'd like to make your reanimation.
I would indeed, sir. Okay, so Undying Legion, because it's every time. Alas, doesn't bring one back this time.
Sure.
But one Lich Guard is slain.
Cost me a CP. I'm down to 14.
Ludicrous.
I know.
Do you poison?
Okay, poison. Only 4 shots this time because I'm no longer in rapid fire range. 2 hits. 1 wound.
So you can re-roll that 1 because you've not used your Obsidian Rose.
I've used the Obsidian Rose, correct. That is 2 wounds.
2 wounds. Okay, so 2 free-up saves here. 1 wound goes through, so 1 Wraith is down to 2 wounds remaining.
Okay, okay.
The Spider's personal raider, which should clearly have Trueborn inside it, but he decided to leave them at the Spire today.
I just didn't quite have enough points. If I had that spare 10 points,
you would, just because it's cool.
Absolutely,
yeah. So they're again doing the exact same split fire. Again, no rapid fire. The 24-inch range blasters. You can. Look, I'm with you. I think Obsidian Rose is very good. It's that extra 6-inch range. I think more than the reroll wounds. You know.
Yeah. Well,
it's very strong.
I'm in a competitive Drukhari chat with like Skari, Scarcast, and Hero, and lots of like cool Drukhari players, and
so no one then.
So no one, yeah, because there are no cool Drukhari
exactly.
players. Yeah, it's true. But I always said that Obsidian Rose are kind of like the people waiting. They're the actor waiting in the stages, in the wings, whilst everyone's staring at Black Heart, which they think is a big star. But they're waiting to come and steal the show. They are very good. They're very, very good in 9th. But anyway, look, what do I know? Nothing, apparently. No. So, Blaster, it's a miss.
Okay.
I can't re-roll it because I've already used the command points, and then I'll do the poison.
You can't because you're inside a transport.
I'm in the transport on top of that, exactly. So 3 hits, and then to wound you, I'll use an Obsidian, and that's 1 wound.
Okay, so 1 wound, 1 free-up save here on the Wraiths. Fails again, wow, okay.
I'm happy, if you want, to just go to the last raider in this little section.
Sure. Well, that's all of your raiders done then, isn't it?
1, 2, 3,
4, 5. Yeah, you've done all of the embarked units then at that stage.
Yes. So
I presume the same split.
Let's do that. Yeah. So Blaster, it's a hit. Blaster, it's a win.
All right. Can I pass a 4-up in bun save? I can this time. Hey. That's nice.
4 poison rifles. We have 3 hits so far. We have 4 hits. 4 poison rifles. We have all that. 2 wounds and an Obsidian Rose. 2 wounds.
Okay.
So 1 Wraith's got 1 wound left.
He does indeed. He is fine because there is no AP there. Very nice.
Cool. Okay.
It is Bale Blaster time.
Yes.
We're doing some split fire here. So 5 of them are going to go into the Wraiths.
Yes.
There's 10 shots there. Yes. And 5 of them are going to try their luck at the Scarabs. Try and whittle them down. Whittle away.
I feel I've addressed this a few times. A lot of people ask why I have this American accent when I do my blaster. It's because it's like an American cartoon gun name, isn't it? It's like a ray gun.
Yeah.
You know, and I grew up with American cartoons, as I'm sure pretty much most of us did.
Yeah. That almost ties into the lieutenant, doesn't it? Yeah, that's right.
Lieutenant versus lieutenant. That's right.
That's right. That's right. We are products of our childhood upbringings. There you go. And also, I'm just saying that just to trigger people now.
Yeah. Right, I'm gonna Bale Blast your Wraiths first, sir.
The Wraiths, you say?
The Wraiths. Let's do that first.
Okay.
Okay, we have a load of misses.
So we are looking for 5s here, but 6s for those cheeky mortal wounds.
We got 3 5s.
Okay. So
they are at -1.
They are at -1. So this is onto my 4-up save here. No, so 2 go through. So 1 is dead. 1 goes down to 2 wounds. Do I reanimate? No, sadly, even with a reroll, I wouldn't be able to. 1 is dead. 1 is down to 2 wounds. Okay. On the Scarabs.
So on the Scarabs. little better.
Okay, so we're looking for freeze here. Toughness 3.
Yeah, which is nicer.
Ooh,
there we go.
Nice.
2 mortal wounds.
Okay.
And then you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 saves at -1 in addition.
Sure. So I will do these on, so 5 saves, yeah? So I'll do these on the ones that are in the ruins, so they get at least a 6 up save, because otherwise they won't get any save at all.
Yeah.
So, not that it matters, so that's 1 dead and 2 mortal wounds, was it?
2 mortal wounds.
So 1's down to 1 wound remaining. Okay. Reanimation protocols. Even if I reroll, doesn't matter. Very good. 1 scarab base is down.
Every little helps.
The Dark Light now opens fire. This Dark Lance here into my wraiths. A single shot, sir.
Dark Lance. It's a hit. Dark Lance. It's a wound.
It's a wound.
Marked for death, they say.
It is
for
not
death.
a save on a 4-up invulnerable. 1 is slain. Very good.
Slain, yeah.
Okay. Reanimation protocols.
You've been unlucky with those saves.
Yep, 4-up invul means nothing when you roll
Well-
like me, and
well
no
under average.
reanimation there. Another wraith dead.
That's not deserved, Jeff. Hopefully it will come back round.
Will
come
it?
back round.
Will it? We'll see. The Ravager at the end here doing some split fire. So we've got 2 Dark Lances at the Wraiths here, 1 Dark Lance at the Lich Guard.
Indeed. Cheeky little splitter.
Indeed.
Okay, so we'll start with the Wraith's Dark Lances. We have a hit. The Dark Lance, it is a wound, sir.
A 4-up invulnerable save.
Oh, Jeff.
I'm going to re-roll it at this stage because this is getting ludicrous.
Off the board, but it would fail.
Passes.
Thank goodness.
So, yeah,
Okay.
I was owed at least 1 here
Well, yeah.
across many saves.
Now on to the Lich Guard.
Yes.
The Lich Guard. Okay, that's a hit.
Oh.
and-
Oh,
Wow,
I'm glad we got these
incredible.
dice trays, everyone.
That's a wound.
A 4-up invulnerable save. Passes on the
There you
Lich
go.
Guard. Very
Okay,
nice.
so that's 1 Ravager down.
Indeed. Only 2 more to go. Moving down the pain train. The next Ravager in the middle here. Same split of firepower. 1 on the Lich Guard, 2 on the Wraiths.
Okay, Ravager. 2 hits. Ravager. 1 wound, and I will Obsidian Rose the other. It doesn't go through though.
Okay, so 1 4-up invuln here on the Wraiths. I pass.
Lovely.
Huzzah.
And the Lich Guard is a miss. There we go.
Hey, we've balanced out a little bit here.
Yeah, exactly. So this Ravager now, which would need a -1 to hit them.
Yeah, so we're going through those fences there, everyone.
Yeah.
There's no way that Lawrence could have positioned him in such a way realistically.
No, it's fine. I'm going to do some, I'm putting these little counters on to indicate what's fired, just for my own memory. So this time, he will do a single Dark Lance at the Wraith.
Okay, so this one here is one that we've established is not at -1 because he's sticking over the edge, so into the Wraiths.
Yeah, Dark Lance. That was a hit, by the way,
Yep.
and Obsidian Rose. It's a wound
4-up invuln.
because of the reroll.
Off the board, technically. Saves. The luck has come around. Huzzah!
And then we'll do the Spiders one. He hits.
Off the board.
Wounds.
Wounds, 4-up. Oh, that's 4 6s in a row. Now, I don't want myself to be alarmed, but that's probably all my 6s used.
And then we'll do this one. He hits. He wounds.
There we go. Okay, so
through.
1 Wraith is dead because it's D3 plus 3 damage.
Yep.
Oh, yep, so reanimation protocols. Even with, wow, okay, the reanimation's not been so hot
And I
outside
have
of the Lich
1
Guard.
Raider left on this flank, which is the Incubi one. We'll also fire at that Wraith. Hits. Wounds.
Okay.
This is to finish the unit.
Passes on a 6.
Right, then we'll just come to the last one. And the last one,
So it would be this one here that
Yeah,
I would remove
can
because
actually.
I want to make sure that I'm still within 6 inches of the characters
in each
here.
case I can still see you.
Yep, that's fine.
Okay, so yeah, quite easily actually. So we do a, no, and it misses anyway.
Okay, very good. Sorry, the camera's gone a little bit squiffy here, guys.
Alright,
Let me
fine.
just sort this out.
So all of the Raider Dark Lances are fired. You've got 1 Wraith left remaining.
Okay. The hero Wraith here, who has tanked all of the Dark Lights so far, it was clearly his power that failed on the invuln on the first time round, is now being fired by all 3 shots from this Ravager here.
Yeah.
Because we are going through dens. So,
Triple Dark Lance, 2 hits.
okay.
Double Dark Lance with Obsidian Rose. 2 wounds, sir. The Obsidian Rose.
You get him.
Are destroyed.
He is destroyed. Alas, alack, the Wraiths are no more. The unit of mandrakes in the center here. 1 firing into the Lich Guard for the funsies. Everything else firing into the Scarabs.
Because they can see the sky at the ends.
Yep.
Past the thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's do this. There is something satisfying about Bale Blasts.
I like a Bale Blast.
I don't know what it is. Perhaps it's the thought of those yummy mortal wounds.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I like that. If it does more wounds, I'm all about it.
Yeah. 3s now. No mortal wounds though, funnily enough.
But that is a heinous number of wounds.
But I've wounded you a lot, so that's good. So 3, 6, 9 wounds. So -1.
9 wounds. Okay, so I've got 5 in my hands here, guys, just because that's easier for me. So I do save 2 so far.
Cool.
So, because obviously they're light cover. Right, okay, so that is 7 failed. So that is 1 dead, because 1 was on 1 wound.
Yep.
So you are dead, sir.
And
Got another 1 dead, so that's 5, and then 1 is down to 2 wounds remaining.
Yeah.
Okay, and now reanimation protocols. So I've got 6 here, so I've got to do 2 more. In fact, I might be able to get 2 out of my pooch. I can! Yay for me, everyone.
It's all happening.
Right, so even with, wow, the reanimation is shockingly bad.
Yeah.
Even with a reroll, it won't bring anyone back.
Oh.
Goody gumdrops. The final Bale Blast into the Lich Guard. Can we get cheeky?
Bale Blast. Only 1 hits.
Okay.
But we could still kill
You
one
could
with
still do it.
6.
No. It is a wound, however, which I do save on a 6. Very nice.
Right, I'm now going to spend 2 CP, bringing me down to 12, and I'm going to put do never stationary on them because I wish to move them and hem you in. This is the competitive way, not to be confused with the Mandalorian.
The Mandrake's here. Everything into the Immortals. Intriguing.
I'm still teetering on the edge about the Scarabs. You see, I'm more likely to do more wounds to the Scarabs because you're only toughness 3. Your objective secured. The only advantage of going for the Immortals is that anyone I kill will be less firepower to receive. At this point, you've got it's a unit of 10, isn't it? Mm-hmm. I do need to start whittling those Scarabs because they are a problem. I'm going to go for the Scarabs. My initial
Scarabs. Okay, very good.
Here we go. 2 hits. I went with the initial instincts. There we go. It's about the average there.
Yeah.
And I've got all those 6s again. That would be cheeky.
That would be.
That would be unpleasant, Mr.
It
Chair.
would be for me, yes. As it is, you do.
As it is, I do. Isn't that interesting?
That's 4. So that's a dead base, basically.
It's a dead base.
And that is
then, in addition to that, you've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 9 wounds in total.
9 wounds in total.
And then you've done 4 mortal wounds.
And 4 mortal wounds on top. So 9 saves of 6 up here because we are in the crater. Okay, so we do save 2, but that is a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 11 in total. So that is 1 base down to 1 wound, and then 2 dead bases. So reanimation protocols.
Only 1.
Why do I bother?
Wow.
Clearly.
Wow.
And thus we come to the charge phase. A very successful shooting phase all told, really. I forgot to mention that this is how the unit of Mandrakes in the centre have moved here with never stationary. And this unit that is able to charge, the aggressive unit, is going to run away from my Lich Guard, like the pansies that they are, and fight Scarabs instead.
Correct.
Because, yeah.
Because they give you more board control.
Correct.
This is how you play competitively.
Yes.
Right, here we go.
Okay.
So, charging.
Yeah, here you
can't
go.
Overwatch.
Nope.
I can't even really fail the charge. I rolled a high number, which is good because I'm going to absolutely use that.
Yep.
So 9, I'll move them in.
Okay.
And we'll be back.
All right, and just for reference, guys, even though I'm in the ruins, I cannot set to defend because I'm not infantry, which would have been nice there, hitting on freeze, although realistically, I mean, you know what? You have got 18 wounds to chew through there. Yeah. You can do it, but
it's not guaranteed.
It's no guarantee.
No, it's definitely not guaranteed.
Well, let's let you move in, and that's it for charges, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not going to charge.
Nothing else is in range to charge. No. So, yeah. Okay, very good. We'll be back in the fight phase. Okay, so a 9-inch move has moved them round here. We've already done our pile-in. 31 attacks. You've got 18 wounds to chew through.
Like a Drukhari cocktail.
Is that like you've got bones instead of ice in there?
Yeah, probably.
Nice.
Something unpleasant.
Delicious.
Right, 2 hits. Oh, hello. Ravagers are flying. Okay, I'll pick up these misses.
Of which there's about 5?
Well, actually, what's extraordinary about that is I haven't rolled a single 2.
Huh. Okay.
They do exist on the dice, though. I can see them.
Right, we're looking for freeze to wound here. I don't get a save. There's no point rolling for looking for blade artist or anything like that because I've only got a 6-up save.
Yep.
So 18 freeze will do the business.
And I believe that is it because. Oh, I mean, maybe not. I don't know. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
16 wounds. So there will
16
be
wounds.
1 left alive with 2 wounds remaining.
Yeah, I'll just double check. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. It is 16.
Okay, locked out a little bit there. Let me remove some casualties and then we'll be back for reanimation protocols. Okay, so we've removed the one here because he was wounded, he had to be removed first, and then we've removed round here so that the pile-in has to happen this way. But we do have reanimation to do. So 16 dice here, I've got 8 in my hand, so I'll do this twice. Okay, I'll use my reroll now. Right, so I've got 3 in my pool so far, and then... Wow, I bring back 1.
Yeah.
Bring back 1. Okay, fine. Yeah. At least I bring back 1, which is more than I need really, because now I can put him back there. He cannot tag my warriors. They are safe for reanimation for using Veil and whatnot this turn. So it's fine. It's exactly what I needed, no more, no less, which is fine.
Yeah.
So I do have some attacks back, and your -1 to hit applies in combat.
I am. Yes,
very well.
-1 all the time.
So 5s to hit here.
2, yeah.
Okay. The 6 was an auto wound, forgive me.
Okay.
Because of my feeder mandibles, and the other one is also a wound, because your toughness 3, right?
Yes.
Okay,
all right.
so 2 wounds.
Save. I save 1, I fail 1. That would kill 1.
Very well.
I have so many CP, I'm almost tempted to just save him anyway. I know that sounds really obnoxious, but literally
You
I've
are.
got so many CP, so I'm just going to re-roll it.
That's what you get. Very well. Okay, so we did take out a mandrake.
Yes.
There will be a morale check to do for these scarabs here because we have lost a big chunk. But so be it. Look, I mean, it's not a terrible position that I find myself in. Little bit on the back foot, but that's kind of okay. We'll have to see what happens. Points-wise, you do have all 3 quarters, I believe. I believe
Well,
this
I'm
unit
going
is
to
wholly
try
within.
and consolidate now over this central line.
Well, I'm
I
not
can
sure
do.
if you'll be able to, given how you're in base to base, but we'll measure it up and we'll be right back.
All right.
Okay, so after the pile-in, because technically slightly out of sequence there, guys, but no, Lawrence is not quite wholly within in order to hold that quarter. But we do have 1 quarter, 2 quarter, 3 quarter. So we do have 2 points there. Got 16 on the tally for Fin the Ranks, so a point there. I do have a morale check to do for the scarabs that are in combat with the mandrakes. They are fine because they have lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 from this unit this turn. They're leash at 10, so they don't care.
Yep.
Very good. This unit down here doesn't need to take a morale check because they've lost 2, and the Lich Guard have only lost 1. So look, I mean, I am hemmed in, but that's okay, I'll get over it, sort of thing.
Yes, at the end of the world.
It's not the end of the world. I will need to have a ponder about some aspects, but hey, it's okay.
I'm curious to see where you move.
We've got some options, and we do have some fairly reasonable bits of firepower coming in. We'll have to see what happens. Necron's turn 1 is coming right up.
We are in the command phase, turn 1 for the Necrons. We have a bunch of stuff going off. First of all, Chronometron from the Chronomancer, doing that 5+ invulnerable on those Necron Warriors there.
Indeed.
I will be done because he is a Pharaon. Will be done twice on the Warriors and the Lich Guard. All the way over here, we have a Chronomancer. He is going to put 5+ invulnerable save on those Scarabs. Look at this little guy right next to the Void Dragon.
Yes.
I mean, I wouldn't stand next to him, but
dangerous place to be.
So there we go. That's it, right?
And then we've done living metal on everything.
Yeah, everything. A couple of Scarabs got wounds back.
Yep.
And of course, the Void Dragon himself gained a wound.
Yes.
So with no further ado, will be the movement phase critical, really, to see how Chef decides to maneuver his forces. We'll be back in a jiffy. We are in the movement phase here for the Necrons. The Scarabs have fallen back out of combat with the Mandrakes, because they have fly anyway, and they have stolen the objective from us, because don't forget, objective secured in this force.
Yes.
Over here, the Lich Guard have started to stroll around the Mandrakes, so the Mandrakes moved forward there to hem them in, which they have successfully done, making them a little slower. I like it. Over here we have the Void Dragon and co moving towards the Raider and co. None of the Scarabs or the Warriors were able to move within 3 inches of this objective, so they do not hold it, but we'll see what happens. So that's it. The force as a whole has pretty much moved forward, albeit a little slowly or tentatively, and that concludes the movement phase. Is there anything else you would like to add, Mr. Chef?
Yes, it's the Catan phase now.
The Catan phase!
Ba-ba-da!
Do you want to go right into it?
Yes, because it's done at the end of the movement phase.
Let's do
So we're going to start with a Voltaic Storm onto that Raider.
Voltaic Storm.
It goes off. You take a total of
Voltaic Storm.
2 mortal wounds. You count as half wounds remaining for the purposes of the damage
Sure
table.
thing. I'll mark that up.
I'm now going to spend a CP to do Dimensional Destabilization.
Okay.
So I roll a d6 and it does a random power.
Okay.
The power is number 3, which is Sky of Falling Stars. Okay, that's pretty good. So I pick up to 3 enemy units within 24 inches. Don't need line of sight.
Okay, great.
All of your Mandrakes. If
Okay.
I roll under the number of models in the unit, you take d3 mortal wounds.
Okay.
If I roll a 6, it doesn't go off.
Okay.
So on this unit here, they take 1 mortal wound.
Okay.
On this unit here, they take 1 mortal wound.
Okay.
On this unit
And
here,
you're in 24 of that back Mandrake as well? Great.
Yes.
Okay.
they do, and you take
mortal
one mortal, 3
wound.
2s in a row. Fine. So each one takes a mortal wound. Very well. So
right.
that's that. And now his second power to do, because that was from a stratagem, is the Transdimensional Thunderbolt, which is going to go onto that Raider.
Understood.
The Raider, it does go off on a 2+, and he takes 2 mortal wounds again.
Okay.
And then on a 4+, the Mandrakes will take another mortal wound from the splash.
Yes, the splash damage.
Doesn't go off,
this time.
but
Okay.
whittling away.
Whistling. Okay, I will remove those models and mark up that Raider, sir. Shooting phase proper now. This Raider here is the subject of fire from the Chronomancer, just in the ranks, just in front of the command barge there, in fact.
It is.
I'm going to put lightning fast reactions on this Raider for 1 CP.
Sure.
-1 to hit. Go for it.
Makes a difference.
It makes a difference.
Okay, very good.
Misses.
We'll go straight over to that Chronomancer, that
Okay.
Raider there.
Okay. He misses anyway. Okay.
Good.
Wonderful.
Let's go straight over to the Void Dragon.
Void Dragon.
He is going to fire into your Raider.
Yeah. So he's got his spear, which
He hits.
is a 12-inch range. Obviously, it's the only thing you can fire at.
So it will hit everything under the line.
Yep, it's a beam
So-
sort of thing, yeah.
On the Raider, specifically,
Yep.
it's a wound.
Okay.
A 5 up in bump.
5+ in vulnerable save.
No.
No. Do I
D3
wish
plus 3.
to re-roll it? Yes.
No.
No.
The damage.
Is 4. Okay.
I'm going to use the CP reroll.
Okay.
Puts me down to 6.
I'm down to 9 myself. Mr. Chef doesn't destroy it
1 wound
anyway.
left. Fine. Okay. And then on the Mandrakes that were under the line, takes a wound.
Okay, cool. I will have to make a save and calculate that in a second. To save, no Mandrake is slain. All right. It's now Warrior Flayer time. 15 of them firing at which blob of Mandrakes, sir?
The blob
The
here.
ones in the ruins, yes,
because-
and 5 at the this unit there.
Okay,
go for it.
so I've got to roll this twice. This is the 15 because they're 2 shots pop. Hitting on freeze because you've got a -1, but I've got a +1. The first batch is not bad. So that's about right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dropped 6 there, so freeze to wound. Okay, it's pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 5 up in bonds saves there.
5, 6, 7. Okay, I'll just make them now. Why not? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are dead.
Okay, so there's 3 more left, so another 15 at them. I did have the dice ready, and now I've not. Good work, me. Okay, again, pretty good. About the average there with that -1, but the +1 did make a big difference, actually.
Yes.
There's a lot of freeze in there. Okay, bit bit worse than last time, but still 6
this time.
wounds for 2 guys.
So 5 are dead, and yes,
about.
the unit is just about killed.
Okay, very good. And then on the blob in the center.
Okay.
So 10 shots this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Yeah, your -1 made a big difference there. There was a lot of 2s. Freeze to wound here. Only the 2 wounds.
All right.
Very well.
2 wounds on that Mandrake unit.
Ooh.
And no, 2 Mandrakes are slain. I will remove them. It's now immortal time over here on this flank, firing everything they got into these Mandrakes.
Yeah, so 20 shots. Hitting on 4s.
Yes.
Wow, that was atrocious.
Mandrakes are clearly clinging to the shadows.
That was
They're in Wraith
really atrocious. Wow, look at that.
Yep, horrific.
Freeze to win then.
Freeze. And only 4 wounds. Okay.
Fine.
4 wounds here. I save
Okay.
1 and 3 are slain. Okay.
Very well.
It's command barge time now, firing through the center field into the Raider and into the Mandrakes. They're both -1 to hit because the Raider popped lightning fast in a previous bit of shooting. Here we go.
Let's start with him. So
right.
the Gauze Cannon.
Gauze Cannon.
Made a difference
2
on 1.
hits, 1 miss.
Forced wound.
4s, 1 hit, or 1 wound even.
1
1
wound.
wound. Okay. 'Twas meant to be. I do fail that save.
D3 damage.
He loses 2.
2 wounds.
Okay.
Very well. The Voltaic Staff. I hit you all the times and with Tesla.
Okay.
It's strength 6. That is 5 wounds.
Okay.
Minus and damage are meaningless.
Okay, 5 wounds. Let me get some dice. 5 wounds. Pass 2 and 3 are killed. Cool.
All right.
We now have the Immortals here just inside this ruin. Are they all firing into this Mandrake squad?
7 of them are, because 3 of them are outside of the ruins.
Yeah,
they're
so they
they're
can't see.
on this side, so they can't see him, so they're going to fire
Fire at
into
those Mandrakes. Okay.
them. So on to the Mandrakes over by the Void
Sure.
Dragon.
So the multiple shots first.
Indeed. They are all
It's
rapid
horrific.
fire. The Immortals have whiffed horribly.
Yes.
I realise that they're firing at -1, but that's ludicrous.
Yes.
That's absolutely
That
ludicrous.
is horrific. You wound once. You wound once.
Once.
Wow. I save.
Cool.
Huzzah! Okay.
On the ones that are out in the open. Okay. Looking for freeze here. Let me actually roll you. 3 wounds on the ones in the centre.
3 wounds in the center field.
Okay.
You do kill 3 of those, so that is
Fine.
something. We're in the charge phase, and at the feet of the Void Dragon are the Scarabs. They are declaring a charge against the Mandrakes and the Raider.
Yes.
I'm actually going to Overwatch with the Mandrakes. I've set CP, I'm down to 8. I just want to see if I can get lucky. I've got 2 hits so far. I got 2 hits. Now, got 2 wounds.
2 wounds. 5 up invuns for the Chronometron. They both go through. Reanimation protocols. Even if we have a reroll,
base.
won't matter.
That is good.
Very well.
That's what I was hoping for. Just kill a base.
The charge.
The charge at 10. Okay, we'll see you in a sec. We now have the Scarabs charging in, mainly using the move, of course, to come into range of this objective, so that he can hold that in a subsequent turn, if possible.
Indeed.
Now the Void Dragon needs a 4 to move into combat with both the Raider and the Mandrakes.
Yes.
Let's see if he can.
Because of your hull, so because it's pointing over, I can get within an engagement range, provided I get the 4.
Sure.
As it is, a 9, I may have enough movement to fly over, just because that looks cool. I do, I'm going to do that.
Okay, he does.
And also because I want him away from my lines and closer to your sort of danger zone.
Okay.
So that makes a lot of sense.
Well, there he is. Next charge is this Lich Guard squad into the Lone Mandrake.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
they make it. Okay, we'll move them in. Are there going to be any other charges this?
No, they fell back. The Immortals are fine there for now because they're going to continue the pressure, and also because I want to make sure that he doesn't get shot by a Dark Lance.
Yep.
And yeah, that's that.
it. Okay, then we'll be back in the fight phase. We are starting with the Scarabs. They've just piled in. They are doing all of their attacks on the Mandrakes. They are a -1 to hit in combat.
Yes.
And 5 of them will be in engagement range.
Correct. So I'll just give you a little bit of, again, because this is the league, guys. The reason why I've started with them is because if I didn't start with them, Lawrence would have, I was anticipating Lawrence to interrupt, so then that way these guys would then pile in such a way as to stop me
you.
from moving onto it, because
Correct.
only the Scarabs are OBSEC.
Yep.
The Void Dragon himself is not.
No.
Now, realistically, I'm going to kill the Raider he says. So I need to make sure that I've got models there to ensure that his models can't jump out with his own obsec and thus turn off my obsec. So that's why I'm starting with the scarabs. Here we go. On to the mandrakes. 20 attacks. That's
hitting on 5.
Hitting on 5s. That's 4 auto wounds because of my feeder mandibles, and 4 hits. That is 2 more wounds. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 saves.
5,
you
6.
have an invuln.
4, 5, 6. Make 2. I failed 4, so 4 mandrakes are slain. The consolidation has happened, and I've removed the mandrakes in such a way as to ensure that the closest one to him meant that he couldn't push his scarabs too far this way, because you do need to consolidate into the closest model. You can still move around him, but you can't move further away from him. So Chef has done the absolute best that he can, as I would expect, but it does still mean that only 2 scarab bases are within 3 of that objective. So whilst they're offset, he is holding it. But I've placed the raider there earlier, knowing that he's very likely going to destroy that raider and knowing that there's an obsec unit inside it.
Yes.
So that meant that if I could just sustain the damage long enough and keep it alive, hence why I did a reroll on one of the saves, that if he destroyed it then in combat, I can get the unit out with an emergency disembark if I have to. And
which you'll have to because of my Void Dragon's pilot.
Yes. So here we go.
Yeah, because he's going to pile in there like this now. Which means you would have to emergency disembark, which means that actually you could lose more models than I would have. So we'll have to see what happens. It's just kind of, it's up to the dice gods at this stage. So here we go. The Spear of the Void Dragon hits you all of the time. I'm very glad that you didn't do lightning fast reactions there.
Yes. Well, I want you to.
I know you want to. That is 1, 2, that's all of the wounds. 5, 6 up invulnerable saves, please.
I do technically have to make these because the new power from pain. Yes, I am destroyed.
Nearly.
I hope I blow up.
Sure.
No, I do not.
Okay.
Okay. I will now do the probably the emergency disembark. I'm going to do a little measure though and see just what that situation is. Here it is. Thanks to the tip of the raider, I can place these models wholly within 3 inches and still an inch away from said enemies.
For now.
However, one could not get out unless I did the emergency disembark. Frankly, I'd rather go, no, I'll kill one automatically, save the CP. And then I have to roll for the guys which got out and they all survive.
That's
and that is huge because
that's the objective.
I'm objective secured 2. I've got 4 objective secured models within 3. Chef's only got 2. And that means I've stolen it back.
Yeah, I only needed 1 to die there because then we would both have obsec models, we both have 3. At least that would deny you the primary.
Exactly.
I mean, as it is, it's not the end of the world because I'm holding 3, you're holding 3. It means that you are going to get the 10 points, but it would have denied you 5 primary points, which would have been a huge start. But ho-hum. So the raider's dead. I will roll for his thing at the end of the phase because that's the rules, and he will consolidate into those warriors because they are the closest.
Sure. Lovely.
Not that he can attack again or anything like that.
No,
he does have his whip tail attack, but I obviously haven't charged them, so I don't get to do that. That would be cheating.
Do you just want to quickly go on to this fight, which is...
Yes. I mean, you know, I've got 6 dice in my hand here. I'm hitting on 3s. And I'm wounding on 2s.
Yep. Okay, I'll make some saves.
It's 5 wounds. 4 wounds even. He's dead. Very good. Okay, excellent. Now, in terms of consolidation and pile-in, would I have done it? No, I don't. And the reason why is because I still want to be within 6 inches of various characters here. So I've already got that objective in terms of the obsec. I already had it with the scarabs anyway, but now I've got more models there. I will do a little bit of a pile-in just to ensure that you can't jump out and go, haha, I've got 5 models to your 4 again. But in terms of like Incubi and Drazhar and the thing, because of advance and charge, I can't avoid them anyway. So I'm just going to have to hope that 4-up in buns are actually going to turn on for once. That would be nice.
It would be helpful.
It would be.
All right. Well, fair enough. We'll let you do that. I will actually then get to attack with the mandrakes, and then actually, funny enough, the Kabalite Warriors. And we'll be back. It's now the Mandrake. Now, incidentally, this is the Night Fiend. So conveniently, he was the closest and he is the Night Fiend. He's now going to use his sickle blade to cut down some scarabs. Die!
No.
2 hits. Die! 2 wounds.
2 5-up invulnerable saves thanks to the chronometron.
We take 2 wounds.
1's on 2
Okay.
remaining.
Now I've got the Kabalite Warriors. They will do all of their attacks on the Void Dragon.
Well, yes, because that's what you're in combat with.
And actually, they've got 2 attacks base now.
They do.
So 2, 4, 6, 8, plus 1 because of Sybarite. 9, so 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Here we go. To hits. The Drukhari. Okay, we've got a few hits. I'll take that. It is 6s to wound.
It will be 6s to wound.
But 6s with Blade Artists also have an AP because we're called Drukhari like that.
Oh.
No wounds. Okay, it was worth the punt.
So that brings us to the end of the fight phase, I believe. I don't have any fight again stratagems. You don't have any fight again stratagems. I'll just roll for his matter absorption because he killed a vehicle this phase.
Doesn't go off. Shame.
Okay.
Yeah, it's annoying though because the regeneration of wounds are critical on him.
Yeah. Okay. So there is a morale check to do for that single mandrake. The warriors are leadership 8, so they can't fail. And that's it, really.
Yeah.
Not the turn that I needed. Let's put it that way.
No, it's not. Do I care if that mandrake fails his morale? I mean, it'd be useful just having him there, causing a pain. But having said that, no, I'm not going to spend 2 CP to auto pass him. Does he pass? Does the Wills fate it? No, they do not. The mandrake runs. He is gone.
Hey. Okay, so slight error of judgment on my part here. I forgot that advance and charge was a thing now for everyone.
I also
And when you
rolled a
roll
5.
double 5s,
On both the Incubi and the Drazhar.
yeah, I mean, realistically, I don't know if it would have changed too much. I probably would have just sort of had them swung back around a bit more here. But hey, we are where we are. So what we've done is we've moved up with Drazhar, we've moved up with the Incubi, and we've moved forward with the Raider. We've moved over here after disembarking with everything, pretty much. Which units still have models inside?
Well, conveniently, I've placed the models in the back.
Fantastic.
The ones with nothing in have nothing.
Very good. So we've disembarked and moved over here. We've disembarked, moved over here. The spider has come out to play. We've sort of come sneaky round here. Now, I was anticipating a lot of combat in turn 2, hence why I chose Protocol of the Conquering Tyrant as my second turn trait. Okay. So I'm hoping that I'm going to survive long enough to be able to use it.
And what does that do for the people at home?
I get to fall back and shoot with a -1 penalty.
Very nice.
So we'll have to see what happens. We've done Cruel Deception over here to move out of combat with the Void Dragon. We've made sure that we're not within Heroic Intervention range, even because I need to be within 3 to declare it. So even though I could touch the barricade, I'm not within 3 to declare it. Yep. Vice versa, with the Scarabs, they have a stratagem to allow them to heroically intervene, so we've avoided that.
Yeah, and I did the 1 CP variant of Cruel Deception, not the 2 CP one.
Yeah, don't want to charge, no real need. Charging Immortals might tie them up, but you might also die. Don't worry about the giant man-sized blade on their front. They have no AP.
Yeah. All I want to do is make sure that you are not holding that objective.
Yes, which is fair enough. We've kind of shimmied a little bit with the Ravagers, again, continuing our Flotilla of Death down here. And that's kind of it. Look, this is basically how Drukhari operate. If their turn 2, turn 3 is significant, I'm going to be in for a bad time. Yeah. If he bounces or he doesn't get the kind of the kills that he needs,
then I'll be in for a bad time.
Then he's going to be in for a bad time. So it's kind of, this is kind of the crunch time this turn for both of these armies really, because if I can survive this turn, I should be able to hit back relatively hard and start really dominating on board presence. Yep. But if the kill is achieved, then I mean, yeah, then obviously I'm going to be, you know, dead.
Yes.
So, you know.
Yeah, you'll be dead.
There we go. Nothing happened in the command phase outside of scoring the 10 victory points for holding 2, holding 3, yep. And the CP regen. Yes. That's it. We'll be back in the shooting phase. Wish your flavour of Xenos luck, basically. But preferably me. The unit inside this raider here is going to kick things off. Rapid fire poison into the warriors. A blaster into the Lich Guards.
Yes. We will start with the blaster. Blaster. No, it is. We will then start with the poison. Okay. And poison. And we reroll that one. Obsidian Rose. That is 5 wounds.
5 wounds.
What
Right.
is?
4 up saves. I do save 3 of them. So that's that unit finished firing. I will do my reanimation now. Okay, 2 are dead forever. Very good. This unit here, between the barricades and the ruins, the same split of targets. 1 blaster into the Lich Guard. Rapid fire poison into the Warriors.
Yes. First of all, the Blaster. It's a hit. Blaster. It's a wound.
A 4 up invulnerable save.
Blaster.
Damn it.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
The 4 up invulnerable save passes.
Okay. The poison. 2, 4, 6, 8. This extra range is very nice. Very nice indeed. We can reroll 1s because the spider is there.
Yes, because this is a unit that is outside now. I'm glad we got these dice trays, Lawrence.
Yeah, no, it's pathetic, isn't it? Right, to wound. And Obsidian Rose, because I haven't used that yet. 3 wounds.
4 up saves. Okay, 1 dies. Reanimation protocol. Fails, another 1. Okay, goody. Moving down the line. The middle unit now, same split.
Same split. Blaster. Can reroll 1 because the spider.
It's
fails to wound, but Obsidian Rose goes off.
4 up in burn.
Obsidian Rose.
Passes.
Okay, poison. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Can reroll the 1s because they're outside. Okay. And then 4s. I've already used an Obsidian, so 3 wounds.
4 up saves. Okay, 2 more die.
Huzzah.
Reanimation. 1 comes back to life.
Nice, we're getting you.
The 3rd and final unit on foot.
Blaster.
Same split
It's
again.
the exact same. Blaster. It's a wound.
Can we get
the exact
4
same.
up invulnerable save? We can again. The Dark Light
that's
is bouncing off the
2,
dispersion
4.
shield, but realistically, I really need it to. So, you know.
You've been lucky with that. So
I have been
good.
so far.
Rerolling 1s. Okay, and 2 wounds.
But you are rolling well with the poison.
I am, so that's another 5 wounds on
5
the poison.
wounds, okay. Oof, there we go. I do say 4 that time.
Oh, that is lucky.
That is very lucky. The reanimation protocol doesn't pay off, but I can reroll 1s because their number is Legion. Damn it.
Good.
No, he is dead forever, but still.
Okay, I'm happy to keep rolling then and just do this infantry unit inside here because then I've done that.
Sure. So I'll just
same
remove
split,
the casualty
remove him,
here. For what it's worth, guys, I did bring back the warrior over here to protect my Chronomancer from charges.
Okay.
Because he was open and Drazhar's there, and that would be a bad time.
Blaster!
This is no rerolls now.
No, okay. The rifles, 2, 4, 6, 8.
Okay.
Reroll Obsidian Rose. That is another 5
Another
wounds.
5 wounds. The poison's very... They've obviously packed it with like acidic rounds rather than, you know,
they're
like...
cousins of Poison Tongue, clearly.
Oof,
Let's come
okay.
back round.
3 are slain there. Reanimation protocols has been rubbish this turn. I've only brought back 2 in total. So another 2 slain. So I'll be removing the 3 at the back here and I'll shimmy them round. Bear with. The spider himself.
Yes.
A blast pistol into the Lich Guard.
The spider. The spider. 2, a hit and a wound, of course. He is the spider after all.
He is the spider. I save again.
Okay, nice.
They've locked shields. This is good.
Yeah.
This is good. Because I really.
Well, you really need this, because otherwise.
Although, ironically, if I'd rolled averagely for these guys and averagely for the Warriors, it would have worked out worse for me because I'd be losing more Lich Guard, which I don't want to do.
Yes.
Do you know what you're doing next? We do need a moment to ponder.
No, I do know what I'm doing. This unit is now going to fire everything at the Void Dragon.
Okay.
2, 4, 6 poison rounds. First up. They all hit.
Very nice.
Yeah, they're doing.
The poison's
the
really
poison.
doing the business.
That was a wound.
It was,
it is, 4 wounds.
4 wounds. 4 free up saves. I do save them all.
Okay, Blaster. Misses.
Misses.
That might be an instance where I do.
Because you've not used your Obsidian Rose reroll.
Right, so
Does
I
hit.
hit, and then to wound you.
Obsidian Rose.
Obsidian Rose, because I get and it wounds you.
Wound.
Just to see if I get one through.
Save it.
No, okay, all right, cool. I'll mark that down. All right, now I'll have a think.
All right, we'll be back in just a jiffy. It's Raider time. The Dark Lance into the Lich Guard.
Yes, Dark Lance hits. Dark Lance wounds.
Wounds. A 4 up in burn.
Dark Lance.
Passes again.
This Dark Lance into the hits. Obsidian Rose, so you get what's going on. Yep, wounds. Surely not.
Oof.
Okay.
Okay.
This Dark Lance into... that misses. This Raider over here, Dark Lance. Hits. Wounds.
Passes,
Amazing.
my goodness.
Okay, this Dark Lance will just fire at him.
The Dark Lance here into the Void Dragon. Okay.
Hits. Obsidian. No,
Fails. Okay.
This Ravager will do all 3 Dark Lances into the Lich Guard.
To the Lich Guard.
Okay.
Yeah, we are
1 wound.
peeking over. 1 wound. Okay, there we go. Fine.
Okay, can I
The
drop
damage. Oh no, yeah, no, it's just D3. Reanimation protocols. No, 1 is dead forever.
Okay, this one will do 1 Dark Lance because I can just see him, and 2 into the Lich Guard. We'll start with him. He hits. We'll start with him. He wounds.
He wounds. A save.
He takes 3 plus D3.
Am I going to use a CP reroll here? Yes, I am.
Good.
Damn
Yes,
it. Okay,
yeah.
fine. So he takes the 3. Very good. He's down to 4.
Yeah, and then 2 into your Lich Guard. Here we go. Now it is happening. The power is happening. 2 wounds. I can feel it. I can feel the power of the Drukhari.
Saved 1.
The Drukhari. The Drukhari. The Drukhari. Okay.
Damn it.
And then the next Ravager, 3, final 1 into those Lich Guard. 2 hits. Obsidian Rose on that one. 2 wounds.
And 2 wounds with the one that was rolling around.
Still going. I knew one had failed, so I knew I was going to re-roll it.
Okay,
here we go.
2 go through. Very good. So 2 reanimation lots to do.
Perfect.
No,
So I
sadly
kill
not.
3 in total.
3 are dead.
That will do.
That is fine.
Well, yeah, I mean, I should
Given
have
how
killed
well
more.
I was rolling, it should have been
I
more
should have
like
killed more,
7.
but 3 is all I needed. That will work.
All right.
Okay, that's it.
Let's mark everything up and be back in the charge phase. Rewind.
Yeah,
We
I'm
forgot that there's Phantasmagoria.
Yes, which were always intended to go into the Lich Guard, so now just roll them now quick. So this Ravager, Phantasm Grenade Launcher, maximum shots so far, because you're over 5, 2 hits. So I've got to roll 2d6 on your leadership.
Yes, over my leadership,
Yes,
right?
exactly. I think it's over.
So no.
No, and then...
No.
No,
Okay.
and then the next one. So still 3 shots.
Yep, they are in range because Obsidian Rose, everyone.
That's why, yeah. Yeah, they actually didn't really have any other targets. So they had to
Sure,
go.
yeah.
Right, the first one.
Ooh.
No, the second one.
No, doesn't matter.
And then the final one. 2 hits.
Ooh.
No, and the second one.
No.
Okay,
Worth a punt, because if you'd have gotten lucky, you could have killed a couple there.
Yeah.
But alas, no dice.
Okay, so charge phase then. We're going to do a couple of things. We're going to have the Spider charge the Lich Guard.
Okay.
So I'll just quickly do that now. He is... Are there Scarabs 4 attacks each?
4 attacks pop.
Okay. Just thinking whether I would charge both in this instance. That is a tough call. I'm going to have a think about that, actually.
right.
I need to work out what the other 2 units are doing first.
Okay, so we're actually going to kick off the charge phase with this Raider here into my Warriors. I'm not going to Overwatch because in case you fail.
That's it.
But you don't on a 10. Okay, we'll let you move him in. Drazhar.
Yes.
Charging both the Warriors and the Lich Guard into this little gap here.
Yes, sir. And he rolls a 10.
Of course he does.
So that's quite nice.
Of course he does. It only took you literally half an hour to decide that, though.
It did,
like,
yeah.
I just want everyone to be aware that I'm working overtime here and it's turn 2.
Yes.
Damn it, Lawrence.
Well, that's because you were talking to me half the day before we started.
How dare you?
Oh, it's the truth.
How dare you?
know it.
Do you know what you're doing next, or do you need like another 20 minutes to think?
Yes. No, the Archon will charge the Lich Guard and the Scarabs.
The Archon?
The Spider himself.
That's better.
The Spider! Yes, he goes.
Okay, very good.
That's him. Then the Incubi will charge the Warriors and the Lich Guard as well.
All right.
All right.
Here we go.
That's how we're doing it. Yep. And
Yep, plenty of movement. Yeah. So we're not hedging our bets here. We're actually making sure that we've got plenty of options. Hedging our bets would have been sending one into one into one and then hoping for the best, which statistically actually wouldn't have wiped any of these units because of the various inbuns that I've got, even with like the rerolls and things that the Incubi have access to. But we'll have to see what happens. Is there any more charges to do?
Yes, I'm going to charge this raider here into those immortals.
Yes, so you won't be able to shut them down completely, but hey, making me hit on 4s rather than 3s is nice.
Nice thing. And that works.
They go. Okay.
I'm going to use that to maximise my movement over here.
Okay, very good.
There's always a method to the madness. Okay, then do I wish to charge warriors into scadubs? Because I actually have quite a few attacks these days.
Yeah.
It's actually quite cool. You've got 4 attacks each.
4 attacks each. These scarabs have a 6-up save, so they don't have the chronometron.
Yeah, so I'm going to charge the scarabs with my warriors.
Okay, very good.
So warrior squad 1, in they go. Warrior squad 2. In they go.
Oh, he's just doing it. Okay, I see. Very good. He's doing both of them.
Yes.
All right. Anything else to do?
I don't think so. I'm just going to move these first and then I'll let you know.
All right. Okay, with all the charges complete, we're going to kick off the fight phase with Tormentors.
Yes, we are going to make the Lich Guard fight last.
Okay, so this is coming from the Incubi here.
Yes, a little bit like this. Yes. Oh, wow, that is absolutely
That's
massive.
crucial. That's absolutely crucial.
That single roll, guys, I'm not joking, might have just won me the game.
Yep, I agree.
Because
I cannot interrupt
his
now.
ability to not interrupt, even if I whiff on the Incubi or I don't kill quite enough, he still can't.
Yeah, can't interrupt.
I'm going to keep hitting now.
Because I'm ineligible to fight until the end of the phase, I cannot use the counter-offensive strategy. I agree. I feel that may have won you the game.
Yeah, which is actually
rubbish,
annoying.
But hey, that's a league game. We did warn you guys that this is how these kinds of things can go.
I mean, I did have 2 chances. I was then going to try it again with Drazhar. Yeah. But that's bad in the fields. Now there is ways of manipulating that with Dark Creed, and if you want to get like hyper competitive mixing stuff. But that's not what this list was. But anyway, there we go. It worked. So okay, I'm going to. So
Drazhar's going to do it on the Warriors. Why not?
Drazhar will do it on the Warriors. Exactly right. Because there is literally no reason not to. His fails.
Okay, fine. So I cannot interrupt with the Lich Guard in any way, shape, or form. Very well. Do you know what you're starting with, sir? Now that you know
based on the fact that I know that you cannot fight first, you cannot interrupt. I will now open with Drazhar on the Warriors.
Okay, because realistically, you would have started with the Incubi on the Lich Guard otherwise.
Yes. I mean, because the thing is, you could interrupt with the Warriors. That's your next threat.
That would be the next threat. I mean,
they try and pop off some of the Incubi first.
Yeah.
So there is an argument that actually I open with the Incubi. And
well, given that I can interrupt in between you choosing Drazhar to fight second.
Yes.
Might be.
The real question is now that I know that you're fighting last, do I just whack the majority of Incubi attacks into those Warriors and slash them up?
Well, you got Drazhar and the Archon in there.
Into the Lich Guard.
Yeah.
I'm going to do an even split here. What I'm going to do is the swinging attacks from my Klaivex into the Warriors, because he'd have to anyway, can't remember where he is. And these 2 also into the Warriors. And then I'll do these 2 into the Incubi. I think.
You want to kill yourself? Be my guest.
Into
the Lich Guard?
Into the Lich Guard.
Okay, very good.
Okay, so let's do the 6 on the Lich Guard first.
Okay. I have no defensive stratagems to do here, guys, because otherwise I absolutely would. But alas, there's nothing that they can do defensively, unfortunately.
Right, so we're hitting on 2s and then we'll be wounding on 3s because of Drazhar's +1.
Indeed.
Okay, here we go. 2s. They all hit. 3s on the Lich Guard. That is great, 4 wounds.
Yeah, that's about average.
That is what I wanted.
I do save 3 of them though, not insignificant. No. I'll just do my reanimation now.
Just damage 2, of course.
No, sadly not. So 1 is dead.
That'll start. So that'll be a good start. I'll then do the normal attacks against your Warriors.
Yes. So this is the Demi Klaives.
So then these are now wounding you on 2s.
They are 2s.
And you won't get any saves.
I get my 5-up chronometron, thank you very much.
Of course.
1, 2, 3, 4, 6 saves.
Yep.
Okay. I don't get any saves barring one.
5.
Fine.
So that's a really
so
good
I
start.
can't do the reanimation until your demi-claves have finished.
Yeah, so I've got 6 here. And he can re-roll 1s because of
The spider. Okay.
And then he's wounding on 3s.
So this is the freeze. Gotcha.
And he gets 4 more wounds.
4 wounds of 5 ups there.
And I kill another 3.
So that's
5, 6, 7, 8
reanimations to do.
Very nice.
So let me remove the models and then I'll reanimate them so we can do this properly.
Great.
Okay, so I've removed the 8 in the middle here. Reason being is as follows, because Drazhar cannot consolidate that way or pile in that way because there is a Lich Guard there.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm gonna do what I can to minimize the damage.
I respect that. I respect that.
So,
I still might get them, but we shall see.
You still might. So I do have reanimations to do. The first 4, I do bring back 2. The remaining 4, I bring back another 2. So I bring back 4 there, which is not irrespectable.
I suspect you don't want to do that because you don't want to bring...
Well, the thing is I can bring them back in coherency of anywhere that's left. So I'll just bring them back over this way towards the raider, which is I'm already in combat with anyway.
Okay, great.
So I'll bring back 4 of them in a moment. The spider himself. 7 attacks with the Gym Blade. It's so good. It's so good. Into the Lich Guard.
He hits with everything.
Doesn't need to use Hatred Eternal.
He is the spider.
But he is winning on 5s here, and this is where Hatred Eternal really shines.
The spider.
Really shines. Nice. 5 wounds there. Very cheeky indeed. 5 4-up invulnerable
pretty
siege.
savage. It's one for...
Not quite each of them. I am going to leave that. So we do have reanimations to do here. I bring back 1,
cool.
so 2 are dead. Very well. Drazhar now using the Executioner's blades as the twin version.
Yes.
So the extra attacks, basically.
Yes, you must die.
Force the saves.
You must die. He'll re-roll.
All of those ones because he's allowed to for reasons unknown. Okay, interesting.
Okay then.
Freeze to wound though.
Okay, that's 3 wounds.
Interesting.
I will use a CP to re-roll 1.
Yeah.
Because I can. That's 4 wounds.
So 4-up invulnerable saves here. I do save 3 of them.
That's
Oof.
irritating.
That's unlikely. I am going to hold off on any CP rerolls here. So reanimation protocols. Doesn't bring 1 back,
Okay, that will work
but
out.
1 is slain. Okay. We're going to come over to the Warrior Squad now, into the Scarabs.
Yes. Warriors, into the Scarabs, they must die. Rerunning 1s with Mr. Spider. Yes. 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 Die! Right, Blade Artists.
Okay, so 1 goes through.
And then 4 wounds on top of that.
Okay, so 4 saves of 6 up here. No, so 1 is dead and 1 was already on 3 wounds. So 2 wounds, 3 wounds, so 1's down to 2 wounds remaining.
Okay, the next squad.
Well, I'll just do my reanimation
yeah,
because it's a different squad. No, meaningless.
Okay. And then, so you got 1 with 2 wounds remaining, you say. Well, there we go. There's.
Oh, you're Obsidian Rose as well.
Yes.
For what it's worth, although I
re-roll a
failed
card.
both saves, so
Right.
I'm dead.
You would have had to have taken another one.
I'm super dead then.
super dead.
I'm super dead.
You're dead.
Raider time into the Immortals. 3 attacks here.
Yes, sir. 4s. We hit twice.
Okay.
3s. We wound twice. This is at -1.
It is.
The blade veins.
I saved both.
Okay, and the raider into your warriors.
Over here.
That is 1 hit.
Yes.
That is 1 wound.
1 wound at -2. So 5
yes,
up, 5 up
blade
in van
artists.
anyway. Fails. Reanimation protocols.
Blade artists.
Fails. So 1 is been rammed.
Huzzah!
Drazhar 2.0.
Drazhar 2.0. Drazhar 2.0. Drazhar 2. Yes. You must die, scum! Drazhar! Come on, let's get some wounds here, shall we? Yes, that's better.
5 wounds.
5 wounds.
All right, 5 wounds here. 4-up invulnerable saves.
That's better.
Even with reroll would keep me around. Now is the time to burn it. The 4-up reroll. The 4-up rerolled on. The 4-up reroll pays off. Finally. Okay, so we've got 2 reanimations to do.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, yeah, 1.
How does that happen?
Oh.
It was cocked.
Oh, okay.
Fail.
Right.
I mean,
so
like, if we're going to call it flat, that is not flat.
Sure, okay.
It still failed.
Yeah,
It was
still
meant to
failed.
be.
Yes. All right, so 2 dead and 1's alive.
Indeed.
But the spider gets to strike again at the end of the phase.
Yes.
Okay.
Token attacks now. 5 attacks from the Warriors. Onto your Raider. I hit you 3 times. I wound you no times. We'll then go over to the attacks from the Immortals over here. I've already done my pile-in. It's like I planned it for filming purposes. So we've got 16 attacks here because there's 8 in range. I'm just going to do this twice. The Immortals have done very little this game.
Yes.
Hitting 3 times out of 8 attacks there. The second batch. A total of 6 hits. A total of 6 hits.
Wowzers.
It is 3 wounds, however, at -0. It is
So
2
one
wounds.
and 2 go through on that Raider.
Okay, fine.
Let's put a little...
Can't attack with a Lich Guard, so...
No, Spider will consolidate in.
Yes.
Or pile in rather, because I'm going to use my Splinter Genius to attack again.
Yes, so the reason for this, guys, is because I'm ineligible to fight until the end of the fight phase, and the Splinter Genius also occurs at the end of the fight phase. Because they both have the same wording, it's the controlling player's choice. So Lawrence would obviously choose to attack before the Lich Guard have a chance to maybe kill something.
I'm going to roll to see if I take a wound, because of the Gym Blade, I don't. Sure. On a 5. Do
you want to roll for that again now, then?
Yes, good points. Yes, no
you're fine.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So here we go. The Spider. He hits you all the time. I mean, this makes sense to me. This makes sense to me. This pleases me greatly. That roll didn't please me.
No, that pleased me greatly. You could do that again. That'd be grand.
No, thank you. That's better.
2 hits.
It's not actually that good.
It's not. Double 4, 5, and 6 here, though.
No.
He's dead. I've already used a reroll. Yeah. The Lich Guards have been brutalized. Well, there was Lich Guard there.
Yes.
But, you know, Incubi are some of the baddest men in the galaxy, so, you know, I'm kind of okay with it.
Those Lich Guard did their job, man.
It's just very unfortunate that I couldn't interrupt, because I absolutely would have done. But, ho-hum, we are where we are. So, with that, Lawrence has racked up a huge amount of points within the ranks.
Yes.
Something like 50 kills there in that turn, just because of the various
just
reanimations.
The reanimation, it stacks up.
Yeah, it does stack up, but I mean, that's kind of par for the course. You kind of, you know, you take the good with the bad.
Yes.
You take the good with the bad. So we do have a morale check to do for these warriors here. So let's do that. I fail. Very good. That's to be expected. Yes, so that is one that can never reanimate, even with the orb, I believe.
Oh yeah, right, okay.
7 attrition checks to do. I lose another 1, 2, 3 because the one with the attrition modifier is over there. That's the one with the veil. Yep. So 4 of them will never be allowed to come back.
Well, that's nice.
Fine.
You know, that's kind of nice, isn't it? What do you think?
Not really. In fact, what I will do then as a result of that morale is I will remove the ones out of combat so I don't have to take the -1 for falling back with my protocol. So swings and roundabouts, I suppose. Right. Swings and roundabouts. So that is another 4 for your tally. I don't know if that affects your victory
It will
points.
make me 1 off of another point.
Okay, very good.
Yeah, because I'll be on 9. I need 1 more for the
sure. So we're not in a great position, but it's not over yet, because I actually do still have a fair bit of firepower because I'm in the protocol of the Conquering Time. If I wasn't, I would probably concede, because I wouldn't be able to shoot with half my army.
The best thing I've done this turn is you're only going to get 5 points to the primary. You're not going to get 10 or 15 because you're only holding the 2. Yes. You are holding. Sorry, yes.
I'm holding 2.
I've stolen this one.
But you stole that one.
So you're only holding the 2. So
yeah.
I mean, it could be kind of interesting. Let's see what you do in this next turn. It could get really interesting again. I think if you don't do enough this next turn,
then that's it. Just because
I'm going to have a lot of firepower still probably back on you.
Yes. And it's going to go into stuff that isn't designed to take that level of firepower.
No.
They cannot resist firepower of that magnitude, you see.
I mean, you know, let's see. You've got reanimation to do. It's not over yet.
Yep, I've got an orb. I've got living metal. I do have the Catan still rocking around. He can hopefully power up and do some business.
Yeah, and like the way it works is it sort of takes me another 2 turns to kill him.
Potentially.
3 turns.
Potentially.
Because you just keep regenerating wounds. So it's...
Well, remember it's per phase. So, you know, if you've got combat elements left alive, which...
Sure.
I'm hoping that you won't, then the Catan could be in trouble. Again, we just kind of have to see at this point. This is kind of what makes it spicy, but also, again, we did say that turn 2 could also be crunch time. So now it's down to the Necrons to get crunching.
Yes. It's turn 2 for the Necrons.
Yes.
We're in the command phase. We're about to do some reanimations. A few things have been done. Mine will be done on the Warriors.
Yep.
Mine will be done on these Immortals.
Yep.
And
Chronometron
on the Warriors.
Chronometron on these immortals.
Those immortals there.
I don't need line of sight, I believe. I'm going to double check that.
Is it only a 6-inch range?
It's 9-inch range.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, it is a 9-inch range, yeah. Or basically anything that targets stuff in the Necron army is 9 inches.
Okay.
If it's an aura, it's your normal 6 inches.
Sure.
But I'm just double checking that it doesn't need to be... Yes, one friendly Dynasty unit within 9 inches. Doesn't need to be visible.
Great. So both those infantry blocks have a 5+ invulnerable. Okay, we're rolling for reanimation.
The orb.
Yes, so you can't roll for the ones that ran away, but you are rolling for the remaining.
I've still got 12.
The remaining. So I can see 1, 2, 3, 4 have come back. 5 have come back.
Roll those ones.
6 have come back. Okay.
Irrespectable. Come on now, that's the word. Is it a word? Someone will correct me in the comments and tell me how incapable I am of speaking the English language, which is understandable because it's true. So 6 come back, not an insignificant amount of firepower. Okay.
Any other reanimation?
No other reanimation because
that was your orb.
That's the orb. So I've cracked the orb.
Okay.
So I gained a CP. I'm also going to spend a CP on Strange Echoes. I'm going to swap out Transdimensional Thunderbolt for Cosmic Fire.
Excellent. Okay, we'll be back at the end of the movement. Turn 2 movement phase now complete. The Void Dragon stalks towards the center of the battlefield.
Yes.
He is looking to disrupt this Drukhari's force.
Hungry.
We do have the Immortals and the Chronomancer around here, sort of sweeping towards the objective. We have the Scarabs supporting the Void Dragon. We have the Immortals just in the ruin there, which have fallen back from the Raider. We have the Warriors, the newly reanimated ones, which have also fallen back from the Raider, surrounding their Chronomancer there. And then we have, of course, the Command Barge looking at helping support take out that Raider because these are worth points to Mr. Chef. And he's in the ruin there, very nice. So that's it. That's it. You know, got some firepower coming, folks.
Hopefully, it will be enough.
It's interesting. I don't know. We'll find out. But we do have the powers first.
We do.
Should we go right into the powers now?
Yes, we're going to start with Cosmic Fire. So this will hit everything within 9 inches. So this is the one that I swapped out Dimensional Thunderbolt for.
So it's those Warriors. It's the Raider.
The Incubi, it will not hit the Spider, nor will it hit that unit there because of his pesky 8-inch move.
Yes, indeed.
But if he was any faster, he'd be nuts.
Yes.
So, on the Warriors here.
Okay.
No. On the Raider. Yes, the Raider takes 2 mortal wounds.
Okay.
On the Incubi, yes, the Incubi take 3 mortal wounds. That is significant.
Very nice. I will remove those models and we'll be back. We have now the transdimensional...
Dimensional destabilization.
Yes. Basically it means you can roll for another power. Just for a bit of tactics, I took 2 wounds off of the Incubus, or the Klaivex rather, and then I removed the Incubi that was within 9 inches of him. So I effectively only removed 2 models, but then also, just in case he rolls up his power again, means he can't hit me again.
Correct.
Okay.
So, the power is number 2. That is times arrow.
Okay.
How many wounds does your Spider have?
I think it's 5.
So times arrow, select one enemy unit within 18 inches and visible. Roll a d6. If it equals or exceeds their wounds characteristic, they are destroyed.
Wow. Okay.
How many wounds does he have? How many wounds does Drazhar have?
Drazhar's got like something at 7 wounds, so I don't know how that works. With
then it wouldn't work on him if he has 7 wounds. I'm not sure if he has 7. He might have 6 because he's a beefy boy.
Well, I have a fit because he's basically a Phoenix Lord. Don't tell anyone.
Don't tell anyone. He's definitely not the first Scorpion.
But whatever. Yeah. I mean, I can check now if you want. Well, come back.
The thing is, yes, have a check for me, please, because that may determine who I do it on.
Okay. So, no, I was wrong. I'm sorry. Drazhar does not have 7 wounds. I don't know why I thought he did.
He does have 6, though, which is
still have 6, yes.
Beefy for an Elder.
Yes, I knew it was better than normal.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and of course the Spider has 5. So you can just select a character and well, anyone you want.
Anyone I want. So I could do it on like your Incubi to do 1 mortal wound. Or just destroy one because I can't roll less than a 1. Okay. Would that be worthwhile? I mean, it would incidentally open up both of those characters to shooting.
It would. That is true.
That is interesting.
I've got 3 models.
But I do have another power to go as well, which I could always do on them if I wanted to.
Okay.
I might not. We're going to do it on the Spider.
Okay.
On a 5 or a 6, he is destroyed.
Wow. I certainly hope that. It's a 1.
Very good. Okay, so I'm going to do the Voltaic Storm. That is going to go on to, so he's healthy. You've already marked up the 2 wounds that he took from the Cosmic Fire. So he is down to 8, yes?
8, yes, we have the marker right there for you. That is...
So I cannot kill him the Cosmic with the thingy, but that's okay.
Just there.
I'm going to do the Voltaic Storm on the Incubi then, because it does D3 mortal wounds on a 2+.
It doesn't go off. And it cannot be re-rolled. That is actually very significant.
That's so...
That is...
So frustrating.
That is horrific. We're in the shooting phase proper, folks. We have the Chronomancer. The Chronomancer is now using his Entropic Lance, firing through at this Raider, which does have 8 wounds remaining. He does get a hit. He
wounds.
Does get a wound.
You're 5 up in bun.
Okay. I make the save. Very nice.
Straight onto that Chronomancer, same target.
Okay, same target from the Chronomancer. That is a hit. Same, we're off the board. Chronomancer.
It's a wound.
It is a wound. We save again.
Cool.
Very nice. Okay, Raider is alive. We'll be right back. It's time for the Immortals. He is determined to go for these Incubi to try and open up Mr. Spider and Mr. Drazhar. I'm actually going to put lightning fast reactions on the Incubi. He's splitting fire here. 6 of them are going for the Incubi and...
the remaining 3 on...
Remaining 3 on the one of the Kabalite squads on the objective. Yes. So because of the -1 and you fell back, it's a -1, but you got a +1 because of Pharaoh's Will, you're back to hitting on 4s on the Incubi.
Yay!
3s on the Warriors.
Yay!
So which one are we doing first?
We'll start with the Warriors, so freeze to hit here.
Freeze. Very nice.
No 6s, good.
Yes, oh, you've just spent...
yes, disintegration capacitors, so 6s do an additional hit. Sorry, forgive me.
Yep.
It is...
2 wounds.
2 wounds at -2.
Okay, 2 wounds at -2, so I've got a 6 up in vulnerable save here.
Okay.
No, that is 2 that are slain. I will pick them up in a moment, sir.
On the Incubi.
Incubi. So he's got 1 6 there for an extra hit, but he does miss with a fair few.
So 1 extra hit. I'm glad I used the CP for that.
Yeah.
Freeze to wound.
Not bad.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, -2.
3.
They got 3 up, don't they?
5. They've got 5.
Chunky armor.
They do, yeah. So I'd have 5 up saves here.
Yes.
I'm not near any barricade or anything like that. So what I will do is... If I look here. Yeah, no, I think that's too dubious. I'm going to call that battlefield debris.
Yeah, that's not barricade.
Yeah, exactly.
Barricades are, so, you know, these and these.
I mean, these would technically count.
Those are big barricades, yeah, we count those as barricades.
We've just got a lot going on in those spaces. Yeah. No, so I'm going to make these saves, right? So it's 5?
5 saves.
Okay, 5 ups.
Wouldn't have made a
difference anyway. So the unit is indeed wiped.
Okay.
Well done. With the Incubi removed, Drazhar and the Spider are in the open.
Yes.
That means that the Void Dragon looks across with his spear beam weapon. He tries to throw the spear through the Spider and into Drazhar. Place.
Indeed.
Basically. What would happen?
Let's find out.
But can he?
Do I hit? I do. So I need to roll a separate wound roll for each. So on the Spider, it is a wound because it's strength 9, and on Drazhar, it is also a wound.
Okay.
It's AP 4, so it's just onto your in-buns, basically.
Gotcha. All right, so Mr. Spider, he makes it. And Mr. Drazhar makes it too.
It was worth a punt because realistically, guys, I'm going to charge this guy. So
he wants to charge the...
killing him would be overkill, as it were.
Sure.
It was basically just seeing if I could try my luck. Absolutely. Okay, so these guys are pretty obvious. They're going to fire into your warriors because they don't have any other targets.
Okay, let's keep it going.
So this is a 10-man squad. I'm just going to roll the first batch of 10.
Now those, incidentally, are in a barricade.
They are.
And
so they'll have a 5-up save against this.
Yes, but I'll probably do a hunt from the shadows.
Oh, to give them the extra?
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Well, it's 5 wounds.
Just to be annoying, you know.
Sure, that's -2.
5 wounds, is it? Right, let me check that stratagem. I'll be back. Yep, so it's Hunt from the Shadows, 1 CP. Give me an effective 2-up save with the -2, then 4-ups. You know, this might make a difference. I don't know. It does kill 3 of them. Would leave 1 alive, funnily enough.
That's okay.
That's okay. Yeah, all right. It's time for the command barge. We've got split fire. Things are getting very stressful here. The Dynasty are aware that they must bring down the heart of this Drukhari force, lest they strike back.
Well, if I don't kill them, I'm in trouble. If I don't kill him, he's just going to go and steal objective. So either way, I'm between a rock and a very hard place right now.
Pressure on his primaries. Yes.
Not getting a wound through with either of those lances is a real pain. It's a real pain. But
it's a big deal.
We are where we are. So the Voltaic Staff.
Yep.
The Gauss Cannon. I realise that Drazhar reduces damage by 1, but if I can soften him enough, I've got the 20 shots and I can maybe do something else.
For a potential highlight reel finisher, or perhaps...
I don't know anymore. The Voltaic Staff.
The Voltaic Staff, he hits twice.
3 times, he is BS3.
Sorry, BS2.
BS2 even,
Yes.
and I've got Tesla.
Yes.
Fine. Strength 6, so falls to wound.
Yep, falls to wound.
Okay.
3 wounds.
3 wounds at -2, so onto your 5 up in bun. They are 2 damage a pop.
Plus invulnerable saves. We make 1.
Okay.
So that is 4 damage.
4 wounds remaining.
The Raider.
Fine. Okay, that opens up a little bit.
Yep.
The Gauss Cannon on Drazhar.
The Gauss Cannon.
1, 2, 3 hits.
The Gauss Cannon.
2 wounds. -3, so onto your 4 up
The
in vulnerable.
Gauss Cannon. Both save. That is huge.
Yeah, that's a problem now.
Huge.
That could be a big problem.
The last volley of fire from the Warriors now. He's splitting the fire. He's doing how many into the Raider, sorry?
So I'm going to do 4 of them into the Raider. I need to get him down to 2 wounds, basically, because I'm damaged 2 in combat.
Yep.
Because lightning fast is still a thing.
Yep.
And then I'm going to do the remaining 6 into Drazhar.
Absolutely.
And basically, I'm hoping for the best here, everyone.
Okay.
I'm going to do disintegration capacitors. I know I said that I did that over there. I actually did relentless onslaught. That's the 6s to hit.
Yep. Auto wound.
Yeah. Disintegration capacitors is the 6s to auto wound.
Gotcha.
So.
Okay.
Confusing, I know, but you know. So on to the Raider.
Onto the Raider. Onto the Raider.
So that's 2 wounds off the bat.
Very nice.
And we've got a good spread of hits there.
Yep.
Looking for 5s and 6s.
Still hitting on 3s. No wounds. Not a single wound.
2 wounds at -2, so you're 5 up in vulnerable save. Good.
Make 1, and that.
Not what I needed,
No, so
but
I've
fine.
got 3 wounds remaining over there.
Okay, and then the 12 onto Drazhar.
12 onto Drazhar.
Okay.
Not bad.
Not bad. 5 wounds off the bat there.
That's very good.
If I could get another few here, that would be good. Okay. 9 wounds there.
Not bad.
That's very good, actually.
6, 7. Okay. I'm just rolling my dice. 7.
So he will live.
Yes. And I make both of those as well. So I lose 3 wounds.
Right.
They are individual damage ones.
Yes.
So I'm not reducing them any further. He's still very healthy.
Yeah. That is the saves that you've made for Drazhar and for that Raider have probably throughout this turn have cost me the game.
Yes.
I'm going to throw that out there now.
Yes.
They've cost me the game.
Pretty significant.
Unless something beyond wacky happens.
Okay. Well, it ain't over yet. So let's mark this up and we'll be right back. Folks, we're in the charge phase. This is how it's going down. The command barge is charging that Raider. It must be brought down. Okay.
We must.
I'm not overwatching. Off you go, sir. 6, very nice.
Fine. So given the fact that your combat characters are still alive, he's going to go whoop.
Yeah, do a little scooty scoot.
Yeah, a little scooty scooty. Because I also fight from hull to hull.
I can respect that.
So our little tips are just like, yeah. Hiya! 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 We're going to charge the Scarabs into the Raider.
Yep, go for it.
I don't know what I need.
I think it's a 5 or a 6.
But a 6
will do
should do it.
6 will almost certainly do it.
Because I have fly, yes it will, so let me move them in. It was important that I did that first because I'm going to charge the Void Dragon into the Raider and I didn't want to risk the Overwatch.
Even though unlikely,
I
could have been possible.
Was so sorely tempted to try and charge into the Archon.
Yeah.
Because I've got the 2 CP to do Entropic Strike and just go no invuln. Because I need to deal with these combat characters. However, if I didn't make the charge, then that's...
Yeah, and
it's already very difficult for me.
10 to 11.
Yeah, it's already going to be very... very tough for me to sort of bring this back, but it's not impossible because it's still only turn 2. Okay. So,
do you just want to roll for him now?
Yeah, because he needs
into the Raider, because then we just move everything.
Because he needs like a 4. Yeah, so I wouldn't.
So he would have failed the charge against the Archon anyway. If better.
Immortals into the Warrior and the Chronomancer into the Warrior.
Okay.
We'll do the Chronomancer first. Yep, and the Immortals. Yeah, so everything's made the charges. These guys cannot charge because they fell back this turn. They're only allowed to shoot.
That's it.
But let's see what happens.
Okay, we'll be back in the fight phase. The Void Dragon is where we're kicking off in the fight phase.
Here we go.
Okay.
The Spear. He hits you 4 times. Freeze to wound here. He wounds you all of the times.
He wounds all of
You're
the time.
6 up invulnerable thief.
He wounds all of the times.
I mean, he's so dead.
I'm so dead. Do I below? I do not.
Okay, cool. So then he'll 3-inch consolidation. So he would need to end closer to him, but I don't want to go into base-to-base contact with him at this stage.
Yes.
So what I will do is I'm just going to go to here. I'm still finishing the move closer,
Yep.
But it's getting him away from my lines for when he inevitably goes exploding.
Sure.
So that's him done.
Is he a 6-inch radius?
Oh, he's a 6-inch radius of D3 on a 4+.
Beautiful.
Which is nice.
I love it. Okay. Yeah, okay. So what next?
So that's a Raider dead. We'll do this.
I'll remove that Raider in a moment, guys.
Yep. We'll do the Overlord.
I'll put lightning fast reactions on for
Yep.
1 CP.
I hit you all of the times.
Yeah, don't make a difference.
Okay. Force to wound here.
2 wins.
2 wounds. It's -2, so it'll be a 6-up save. You need to fail both. Ah, damn it!
And I live.
I probably would have re-rolled, but never mind.
Frustrating. The Chronomancer into the single warrior now.
A single attack. It's a hit.
Hits.
He is strength 4. Yes, they are strength 4.
I'm going to try and save anyway.
He's dead.
He's dead.
I slap him with my stick.
He's gone.
Okay. Cool. So now with him dead, the Scarabs can consolidate this way, because otherwise they'd have to go backwards.
True.
So it's kind of important that I did that first.
Okay, gotcha.
Let me do that.
All right. It's Raider time. I'm going to attack you, sir.
Ramming speed!
Ramming speeds, I hit.
Ooh.
Ramming speeds,
Oh.
no. Ramming speeds, I wound.
It is wound. I failed because it's -1.
Huzzah!
Fine.
Okay, you lose
Cool.
a wound on the bard.
Good.
Okay, that's it.
That's it.
That's your turn.
Uh,
Got
very unlucky in some places, lucky in
+1
others.
point for thin the ranks, I think, in the end. You destroyed a raider.
Well, I destroyed a Raider. I destroyed...
It destroyed 5 Incubi.
5 Incubi.
And 2 warriors.
2 warriors there, plus the
Not
warriors
enough for
there.
morale. Oh yeah, plus the warriors here.
Yeah.
All right, well we'll tally that up. and
Yeah,
we'll
yeah,
add
yeah.
it.
So I will have
You
scored...
didn't get engaged on all fronts though.
No, because I've got stuff too near the centre.
Too near the centre,
Yeah.
so that's a blow. As we go into my turn, I am in fact holding 3 of the objectives here.
Yes.
Mr. Chef is also holding 3, so I'm not holding more,
No.
but I do get another whopping
Another-
10 primary, and that is a blow. So let's see what
okay.
happens. My turn 3 coming up next.
Drazhar has come to play. But will it be his doom?
I don't know.
I don't know. I did forget to roll for my matter absorption at the end of the fight phase. I do heal a wound this turn, so I am actually up to 6, not 5. We'll mark that up in a moment. So we are in my favourite place, Summary Town.
Yeah.
Which, as I've mentioned to Beard and Bone, and now you guys as well will know, it's like Flavor Town, just not as tasty. Depending on how, you're feeling. I'm feeling a little bit concerned,
Yes.
is what's happening here.
I can
So,
understand that.
what has happened is the following. We've gained our victory points, we've gained our command points, and we've started spending a bunch. So, we've disembarked with a unit of warriors from one of the raiders that was here.
As well. Yep.
They've moved to here.
Yep.
The raider itself has then used enhanced ether sails to move to here, shutting down my objective.
Yep.
Fine.
Yep.
It's only turn 3. I can live with it. This raider here has fallen back and has done Cruel Deception to be able to shoot for the 1 CP. We've swung around the corner here. The Flotilla of Death continues to trundle along slowly, unleashing dark light everywhere, and we've moved forward with warriors here. This raider also coming round to charge and tie up stuff, and the spider coming to carve his way through my lines. So this is probably going to be the decider. We'll know at the end of this turn realistically how it's going to go, but you never know, I guess. Stranger things and all that. So, Mr. Spider, do we know what we're starting with?
Sure. This unit, the unit. Ooh.
So you don't know what we're starting
I thought I did, but no, I don't know. The unit inside this raider. So I've got 1, 2, yeah, because I'm just working out I lost 2 people from that. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to shoot these 2 rapid fire rifles and the blaster into your Void Dragon.
Proceed, sir.
Okay, so rapid fire. Rapid fire. Rerolling ones because of, nope.
Spider is all the way over here.
He's in range of the larger squad, but not that 3-man squad.
Yes, because the 3-man squad is like
exactly.
this.
So, okay, so 2 hits, 1 wound. I've got Obsidian Rose, but I'll probably save that on a blaster, because why not?
I save it.
Cool. Blaster! Blaster! I've got Obsidian Rose.
Yes.
That's a thing. The Obsidian Rose, it's a thing. No.
It's a fail. Okay.
Cool. Then we're going to do the unit which is right next to him, into him.
So this unit does have reroll ones to wound him.
Correct.
Okay.
So 2, 4,
reroll ones to
6.
hit, rather.
Correct.
Okay, very good.
8. Poison. Rerolling ones. Always the way that when you get the reroll, you just hit anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I wouldn't know. I don't get rerolls in this army, and I wasn't hitting very well anyway.
3 wounds.
Okay, free ups here. I take a wound.
Blaster.
5, the blaster.
Blaster. Blaster wounds.
The blaster
Blaster.
does indeed wound. Your damage, sir.
Wow, it's 6 damage.
So it's 2 damage.
Except it's 2 damage, so you've got 3 wounds left.
Okay.
They have done their job.
The first of the units inside this ruined something here.
Yes.
Don't know what it is. No one will ever know anymore. Is going to fire all of the poison into the warriors and the blaster into my scarabs.
Indeed, so they're rerolling ones as well. So
Ah.
8 rifle shots. All right, I'll do this the right way. The blaster! No.
Cool.
8 rifle shots.
See everyone, this is what happens when
Reroll
Lawrence
one.
does it the quote-unquote right way. He misses.
Yeah, exactly. Right, to wound you.
Yes.
Hey, not bad. And an Obsidian Rose. Not bad at all. That is 6 wounds.
Poison doing the work today.
Tis 6 wounds.
Okay, 4 up saves here.
Tis 6 wounds. Nice.
4
drop.
go through, so 4 reanimations.
4 dropsy drops. 4 dropsy.
1
3
comes
dropsy drops.
back.
Okay, so 3 dead. I'm happy to move on to the second unit. We should do the exact same thing.
Yes, I will remove casualties in an advantageous way in a moment, but it won't make any difference
would
for
assume.
shooting or anything.
Exactly, so I'll just open with the blaster again. I will not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, rerolling the 1s. Thank goodness. Okay, and then, so I've killed 3 so far.
3 so far.
And then I'll do an Obsidian Rose here. That's another 4 wounds.
4 wounds, okay.
3 so far. Okay, that's another 3 potentially. That is another 2.
Reroll the 1 because they're warriors.
That
no,
is another 2, so I killed 5.
Ow.
That's good.
That's ludicrously bad for me. I'm rolling so poorly.
Yes.
The unit inside this raider, we were going to start with them, and now we're back with them.
Yes.
The blaster into the scarabs, and the...
Blaster.
It hits this time.
Blaster! It
Kills
wounds.
1. Oh, no, it doesn't kill 1. It's not proper Dark Light, because 1's on 3 wounds. I don't get a save against this.
No, yeah. All right. Yeah, you don't have your invulnerable.
Kills
I
1.
do
Very
kill
good.
1, yeah.
And then the Splinter rifles into
1,
the
2,
warriors,
3,
of course.
4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 1 scarab base destroyed. You got in here off the board here. Okay, and then very nice. That is 2 wounds. I'll Obsidian Rose. 3 wounds.
Okay, 3 4-up saves here. I'm owed some. There we go.
Okay.
That's nice.
Good.
The first of the Ravagers firing everything, including his Phantasm Grenade Launcher, into these warriors. We are looking to clear them away so that we can shoot at my juicy characters.
Actually, yes, because I would still be able to see that other guy. Yep, okay, here we go. Triple Dark Lance. 2 hits. This might be one of those weird times where I actually use the CP. So if I kill 3, I've opened up the characters.
You need to kill 2 to open up the characters.
Oh, it's only 2?
Yeah,
oh,
there's
course.
4. There's 4 in there.
Yes, that's a good point. So in which case,
2's to wound.
I'll keep that. That's what it is.
Sure.
2's to wound. Both wounds.
Okay,
no
so
saves.
Chronometron,
Your
though?
Chronometron, of course, my friends.
Nope,
Both
fails.
Go through.
The Phantasm?
The Phantasm Grenade Launcher is no longer, so it's D3 shots.
Yep.
Because you're not. It's 2 shots.
Ooh. The first one
2 hits.
does. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you've still got a hit.
here,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So 2 hits, and
Not quite.
and
Not quite. Okay, so 2 died. Reanimation protocols. I need at least 1 back here. Can reroll that 1.
nope.
No, the characters are able to be shot because
News.
I can't reroll. I can't roll reanimation very well at all
I've
today.
got Assassinate, guys. So that's why it's even bigger news.
A blast pistol into the freshly opened Chronomancer.
From the spider, he hits.
Yes.
He wounds.
He wounds. A 4-up invuln from my Time Splinter Mantle. That it has been the game in a nutshell.
And
That's
he
the
kills you.
game in a nutshell.
Oh, the spider.
Yeah. This Dark Lance into my barge.
Yes. The lance that is dark. Okay, the lance that is dark. Okay.
Hits.
The lance, yes.
Wounds.
It is a wound.
A 5-up invulnerable save.
He...
Cocked.
Cocked, okay. He is off the board, okay.
Come on now.
We'll get there.
Saves.
Hey!
Okay, very good.
Okay, the next one, which hits on 5s, incidentally.
Misses.
Does miss.
Yes, because he is on 1 wound.
He's on 1 wound. Okay, this one can't because he enhanced teeth assailed. This one.
Okay.
He hits.
It's a hit.
This one. He wounds.
He doesn't wound because it's permanent transhuman.
Sorry, forgive me.
But you Obsidian Rose.
He wounds.
Yes. The quantum shielding there, guys, fails. Your damage, sir.
D3 plus 3.
Plus 2 because of Enduring Will.
Of course, yep. Oh, wow.
We are terrible human
Please.
beings.
Okay, so it is the maximum. It's 6 damage minus 1
5
to 5.
damage.
Okay, that's
3 wounds
real
remaining.
neat. Real neat. Okay, we've got Ravager over here. This one can still see him, which is why I was looking over there because of his lance into the side there. So he will fire all 3 dark lances into your command barge.
Sure.
This seems like a good idea to me. I've not...
Okay.
Okay.
You really want to extend this game out, apparently.
I do, yeah. That's irritating because I nearly have this now. Okay, well then I'm going to have to... I could use a reroll.
Yes, you've not used one this phase.
To just get the hit, because then I've got a reroll on the
You do have the
wounds.
reroll on the Obsidian, and if you wound, it will kill me even with my -1.
Yeah, I think I'm actually better off using so I get the hit finally. I think that was actually the right thing to do. I get the wounds.
A 5-up in burn. Fails.
Okay, so
at this point, I will use a CP because I know someone will yell at me if I don't.
Okay.
Passes.
Okay.
So I cannot interrupt
But you
now.
can't interrupt.
That was a key thing. But then, to be honest, you would just start with Drazhar. Like, it's not really a focus.
Well, then I've got 3 dark lances, which almost definitely have to go into him.
Yes.
Because I do need him to die. They all do hit, which is really neat. They all wound as well, so you need a triple 5
He's
and
dead.
6. He's destroyed.
Doesn't matter about that reroll because
Okay.
even with the -1, it's minimum of 3 damage. He only has 3 wounds remaining. He is dead. Does he explode?
Does he explode? He does. Hilarious.
So he will kill that one.
Kill that, but it will also kill your warriors.
Kills a warrior. I think it's only a 3-inch radius, so let me just double check.
All right.
Yeah, it's only 3-inch range. It's 1 mortal wound, so I've already removed the warrior.
I do not blow up.
Doesn't blow up.
But that single raider.
Yeah, but fine. I mean, it's kind of moot at this stage.
It doesn't matter, yeah. That's probably game at this point. We'll see what
I think
do
it
to
was.
avoid dragon.
I think it was game at the end of your turn 2, or rather at the end of my midway through my turn 2 when I couldn't kill anything.
Didn't
but
kill enough, no.
oh well. That's your shooting done, though. I believe everything is shot. All the Ravagers have shot. All the Warriors have shot.
Never fired the Phantasm grenade launchers, but they would have fired at him anyway, so it don't matter.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's it. It'll be like charge phase next.
So it is the charge phase. What are we starting with?
I'm going to start with Mr. Spider, actually.
Okay.
Well, actually, we'll start with Drazhar first, because I'll just get him out of the way.
Sure.
Mr. Drazhar.
Oh, look, he's in.
In he goes. And by the way, I'm charging the Scarabs and him, because that just makes sense.
Okay.
Then Mr. Spider will charge, because, you know.
not?
Why not?
6 should
Leave that
do
with
it.
Yeah.
Should do it.
Put him in the distance between the two. Let me come here. Oh yeah, I'm 6 inches away anyway.
Yep, easy. Cool.
Cool.
Very good.
So he's going to go in because that's cool. Then actually these Kabalite Warriors are going to charge as well.
Sure.
Just in case for extra redundancy.
Yeah.
So yes, and I still need to keep. I'll still be within 3 anyway with the back rank.
Yeah.
I'll just charge the 1 squad in because it's getting ridiculous.
Okay, very good. Any other charges to do?
I'll keep those within 3. So you've got 1 guy left here.
There is
right?
1 guy left. If he passes his morale, he does count as 2 models for OBSEC purposes, so he'll just go off and be annoying somewhere.
Well, this unit here will charge him.
Why not?
Because it just seems silly not, and that one.
Yeah, that's about right.
Bullshit. Okay, well, I'll come around and move them in properly in a second. Then I will also charge this Raider into the Warriors.
Sure.
The Immortals. Make 6 is
Yep.
right next to them. That is pretty much it. Yeah. Ouch.
Okay, this is more of a courtesy than anything because, frankly, I can concede now. I've got one unit that's able to do something next turn because I've got no way to get these guys out of combat, so my shooting's neutered. My scarabs are neutered, if not dead. These guys around here, I've got a single warrior who's not going to live, so realistically, unless the Void Dragon survives, I can concede, so this is kind of a courtesy, but let's see what happens.
The spider launches himself on these mecha tendrils. A terrible, terrible foe. He rolls to hit. He re-rolls the misses. Okay. He then only wounds on 5.
He does.
He re-rolls with the Warlord trait Hatred Eternal. And these are flat damage 3, so you have to save every single one.
Correct.
The spider has done what the spider does. It's 5 wounds.
He's dead.
He's slain, even if you use the reroll because you failed 2.
But does he explode
Does
and
he blow
kill
up
Drazhar?
at least and take Drazhar? He does blow up. He needs a 5 or a 6. No, and he doesn't even do that.
That has literally been the story of the game with the Katan, is just ones.
Because what would happen
ow.
there is Drazhar would then attack the scarabs.
We don't need
twice,
to do
murdering
this.
them.
We don't need to do this.
And then he would just consolidate also into the Immortals.
It's a moot point at this stage. Look,
Wow,
if
okay.
you'd have had even an average turn, I think in turn 2 and 3, it would have helped me a lot. And if even I'd have had like, you know, a somewhat decent turn.
Yeah. You nearly pulled it back when you made all of
with
those
all those
saves on
Lich Guard saves. I was like, right, okay,
that was pretty
we're
massive because
we're
it was
on.
like, well, this could happen now.
The Tormentors won you the game, which is what we both said.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I would have interrupted, and they might not have killed Drazhar.
But if they had though.
But that's the thing. I'd be hitting Drazhar on 2s, and I'd be wounding him on 3s. And
it's possible.
It's possible with that many attacks.
I mean, look, they might not have. We don't know. It's all hearsay, right? But
of course it is.
At the end of the day,
I would have done. I would have
there
tried.
were a couple of significant moments. The Tormentors going off was a very significant moment. I think me going first and having the Mandrakes there, whilst it didn't look like I did too much, it actually did do a lot in terms of setting the pace for the game. Because if Chef had gone first, if you'd gone first and then come out into that mid board and held all of those objectives right away, I would be on the back foot, and I think you would be in the lead with the primary. So we would still, in fact, probably be playing now.
And the thing is, you would have the speed to kind of deal with stuff. The issue, I think, with my army is I did not have, and this is just Necrons in general, their anti-tank firepower is so rubbish, realistically, and that's kind of why I've got the Void Dragon. But even then, he's only really killing 1 vehicle a turn.
Well, the thing is, he is exceptionally good, especially against slower armies.
Oh, yeah.
But where you've got, the issue with Drukhari is we've got a lot of boats, but we're also real fast. So, you know, you went this way, and that enabled me to go, cool, well, I'm going to go this way with the majority of my stuff, or I'll slow you and do some speed bumps. And unfortunately, when you've got that sort of speed, it makes the Void Dragon a lot less effective.
Well, I don't think it's so much that, because, I mean, he was, you know, when he got to something, he was doing some serious damage.
It is business.
But I mean, like his powers, I was not rolling well on.
You weren't.
I was rolling 2 mortal wounds on a d6.
You weren't. But I feel like it was always on the Drukhari terms though, because he absolutely nuked whatever he faced.
Yeah.
But he only faced what I put in front of him, if that makes sense.
I mean,
he never got to the Ravagers, nor was he sort of in.
Okay, but here's the thing. I knew that I was never going to get to the Ravagers.
But that's it. So if it was a normal slow army like Plague Burst Crawlers, you would get there eventually.
But
so
I don't know. I think you're underestimating the potency of what he can do. Because if I had have gone for, he would have gone smack into the middle of the board.
And again, that would be really significant, right? So I mean, perhaps you're right. I mean, if he had gone centre boards, again, like because I went first, the thing is, I took those objectives. And this is where again, Mandrakes and in my own.
I love the Mandrakes. I think they're really good. I think they're really good.
Force your opponent to make decisions, otherwise they lose the primary.
And the thing is, they did die turn 1. Like they were all absolutely slaughtered.
Yeah, but it was all shots. They weren't firing at my boats.
Yeah,
and so it's kind of like.
Yeah, no. I agree. Like the Mandrakes are so. I think they bring so much to the Drukhari sort of game, as it were.
No, so I'm trying to convince the Drukhari community, because there's a lot of hilarious comments on the Drukhari Facebook group. Oh, what, you think I'm not on it? Of course I am. I see what you say. I see everything. Okay, I am the spider.
Always watching.
I was leading the Spires of Commorragh before you even came up through its sewers.
Oh, sorry, are you still going? Cool.
But to cut a long story short, I don't know everything at all by any far means, but I do think, in my opinion, having played Drukhari for a long time, that the Mandrakes are the best they've ever been. And that in a game of 9th, where you have the ability to start on objectives, like I've been tentative in the 2 games that I've played against my opponents because they've had really good combat units. But if I'm facing someone that doesn't really have combat, an answer to combat, I can be even more aggressive with them, and it becomes even more of a problem. They're a real toolbox unit.
I love them. I think they're really, really strong. Like I say, they provide a lot to the Drukhari sort of game because they put that early pressure on. I think there's been a few things that I've seen online where people are like, okay, well, when we hit really hard and that's really good, but how do we get there? You get there by, you know, flooding the board with mandrakes, clearly. Would this list have done better against another kind of army? I think so. Would this list have done better if it went first? I don't know, to be honest. I think the weakness of this list is the anti-tank. Now, I had the Entropic Lances, and I've got the Void Dragon, and the Voltaic Staff and the Gauss Cannon can be useful in a pinch. The main kind of idea with the army, with it being so fast and with like the Canoptic units, is to use them as my quote-unquote anti-tank. Because I just go and shut stuff down. You can't shut Drukhari down. 1, you can't catch them, they're faster than me. 2, you just fall back and shoot for 1 CP.
Cool deception.
So which is, so you need to get multiple charges off at that stage, which isn't easy to do given your speed. Which is fine, because when they get hit, outside of the double 5-up invuns on the one that was here against the Entropic Lancers, which did make a big difference again. Because, realistically, if that had gone through, he'd have been down to 4 wounds remaining. If even one of them had got, he would have been between 4 and 2 wounds remaining. I could have safely gone into combat with the barge and shot at other stuff. As it was, I had to split the fire, and it just didn't help. But again, it is what it is, because I would have had Tesla at like units over here on objectives.
Yeah, it would absolutely have helped.
It's
massively.
a tricky one. This army is by no means like a properly competitive Necron list, but it's certainly, I think, got the solid foundations. It's a very tough matchup because of the speed and the firepower. I mean, is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 15 Dark Lances and 6 blasters plus a blast pistol. The Incubi as well, like nearly ripped apart a unit of Lich Guard by themselves. They are absolutely...
That was a 5-man unit.
They are savage. They should be.
Yeah, they are Incubi. I mean,
at the end of the day, I shot them with some anti-infantry firepower and they went snap. They died pretty quickly, right?
I've got lists where I only take Incubi and I don't have the Mandrakes. I've also got, coming to On Demand soon, a list which is the polar opposite of this: no Mandrakes, no Incubi, maybe 3 Void Raven Bombers.
I don't know if, but here's the thing. I'm going to throw that out there now. I think that's a bit of a meme list.
It is a meme list.
I think the 3 Void Raven Bombers is a bit of
It's not my favourite. It's not my favourite. To be honest, I'm running it for the spectacle. There's a lot of people that want me to run it. So I'm going to run it in a league report, and if I lose with it, I lose with it. But
you've not got any melee in that list.
There's no melee in this. There is a way that I can put the melee in. There is a way I can put it in, but it becomes at the sacrifice. I don't want to tell you this now because I want to reveal it.
No spoilers.
Because it is a really cool list. It looks really cool. It's actually really themed. It is very spammy, but I mean, if you're playing solo Kabalites,
fluffy from the spider.
The funny thing is, though, if you're playing solo Kabalites, it actually is really fluffy. And
I mean, it's the Dark Flotilla.
One guy in the Drukhari forum went. He said, "Oh yeah, I saw that battle report. It's just like, it's ridiculous. It's just a spam list." I'm like, dude, do you play Dark Elder? We came up with spam from the beginning because we had like 4 units from 3rd edition that they graced us with to make kits with. It's actually very fluffy to have multiple boats in a Drukhari list.
Oh yeah.
It is gorgeous to see a real space raid with all 3 flavors. But hey, there's nothing. Don't knock the people that want to play Coven only or Witch Cult. Like I like a pure Witch Cult as well, actually.
Yeah.
I think it's really cool, So, I mean, there are lots of ways to play them, and it's a very good book. I would go so far as to say the Dark Lance is probably a little too much. It's at its current, like for example, and I'll say this, the Disintegrator shouldn't be 5 points more compared to the Dark Lance. For me, there is no comparison in that.
Not with the stats that the Dark Lance has. Yeah. If the Dark Lance was still D6 damage, I think 5 points for a Disintegrator would be probably about right.
Yes.
Because
because D6 is very swingy. But when you've got D3 plus 3.
It's D3 plus 3. I'm just gonna zoom in over there for everyone. Yeah, the Doomsday Arcs up there with their D6 damage.
Yeah, it's absolutely
I tried.
Yeah.
The Doomsday Cannon.
Well, you and me both tried on that one.
It's very
as playtesters, you don't always get what you ask for.
And sometimes you don't even get what you need, which is anti-tank.
Incidentally, I didn't ask for D3 plus 3 at all, and we playtested it a bit differently.
We didn't.
So I wouldn't have recommended the disintegrator be more expensive at this sort of thing. You know, sometimes, look, I mean, we can do a playtesting video with what we're allowed to say at some point. But it's, I mean, you know, it's still an amazing book. I'm not going to call Drukhari broken yet, because I also know things that are coming, and I also know that the Necrons do have the tools, perhaps not this list, but I'm sure that we can put our heads together and come up with something to beat this Drukhari list.
Well, I don't think it's even a case about beating the Drukhari list, because I think I would still have a similar issue against other vehicle-heavy armies, which is an interesting one to say, because I'm sure there's a lot of you guys out there that are watching this and going, but there are no vehicle-heavy armies because Eradicators exist, and you kind of go, it's not true. And it's not going to be true for a while. Now, here's an interesting tidbit for you, because in regards to the Drukhari are broken statement, I agree. I don't think it's broken. I think they're very strong. I think they are incredibly potent. They're one of the stronger codexes that has been released. However, one, we know what's coming. Two, it's been a week, guys. At time of filming with this, it's been out for a week.
It's shock and awe. It always feels a bit like, oh.
Well, you remember when Death Guard came out, and they were the most broken army in the game, and they were winning a bunch of tournaments, and they still do very well. But are they coming free out of the top 4?
Let it settle. No. Let it settle. Broken is a word that's flung around way too often, and sometimes it's very true. It is, you know, but it's not. When something's been out a week or two, you know, you can't absolutely make that determination. Unless, you know, there was some gross underpointed thing. I don't know. You know, like an obvious mistake or something. But look, thank you for the game, Chef. I did think it was a very interesting game, actually. I do think that there are some scenarios in that game where you could win with this list, absolutely. But I do agree there seems to be a slight lack of anti-tank.
There's something missing. Which is a struggle I have found with Necrons in general, because our anti-tank is either very short range. I mean, you know, everything here was 12 or 18 inch range for the anti-tank stuff, or it's D6 damage, or it's just one shot, and it's just. I
mean, D6 damage is just dumb, man.
It's very upsetting.
I've never liked it. I don't think it's great game design.
It's not.
I've fed it back multiple times. I think it's really poor, to be honest. If you're trying to get a balance in a game, the answer we got back is, well, that's what command point's for. And I'm like, no, that's not how that economy should work. You know, like I think las cannon should be 2d3, for example. But you know, we could talk about this a lot,
and we have many times.
You know, look, interesting game. We'll probably do a list analysis on your next version of the Necron list for your league, assuming that you're going to update this now. Yeah,
I think I'm on to something in terms of the core units, as it were. It's that the army does struggle against your elite stuff and your anti-tank stuff, or your sort of your big stuff.
Yes.
So it's kind of, that is a weakness. I thought I had an idea of the counter for it, which is, you know, my fast moving stuff, pin stuff, and sort of let the inexorable, you know, advance of the Void Dragon just slowly come in and throw multiple wounds. If someone's running like 3 or 4 vehicles, that will work so well.
Beautifully,
Against like 9. And 9 that have a 5-up invan and can outrange me, not so much. But hey, that's the beauty of these league reports, guys, is we can, 1, have these nice conversations at the end. 2, you can see a refinement in the lists as we go along.
All right, well, Chef, thank you very much for the game.
Thank you. Thank you for watching, everyone.
Thank you for the support. Oh, we just got cut off there. But as I was saying, thank you very much for the game. Chef, if you've enjoyed this, give us a subscribe and like here on YouTube. And if you really enjoyed this and you want to get one of the league reports extra every week, you can go check out our website on demand, www.tabletoptactics.tv, and you can support us by signing up there. Really looking forward to bringing you more games. This is just the start of an infinite league of power. So until next time, I've been the Spider. You've been the chef. We've been Tabletop Tactics. Goodbye.
Bye!
Cut.
I mean,
Yeah.